You guys got awfully quiet there.
Oh.
Well, I thought you were gonna intro the show.
Yeah, you looked at me like we were doing.
No, I was hoping you'd continue about how bad your morning sex was.
Absolutely not.
I will, but...
Hello and welcome to Revolution Radio. It is Monday the 25th.
That it is.
Can you believe it's already fucking Monday?
I can't believe it's already the 25th.
I can't believe March is almost over.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Wow.
Where's the butter?
That was a shitty joke to get that much laughter.
That wasn't really.
I'm
I think I was laughing more at you than with you.
I appreciate that.
What a fucking loser.
I wouldn't say that to his face.
Why?
That's mean.
I mean,
You said worse about us. That's how our
just
relationship
when I entered
works.
the studio.
Yeah, that's how our relationship works, though. Is just insults and slander.
Well, it wasn't.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
We had our meeting when we moved to the studio. It was your birthday.
Yeah.
And I gave you a present. I was like, here you go, stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
You're
forgot
like,
you did
Here
that.
you go, stupid. Here's your stupid present. Alright, cool. Thanks.
Cody was like, yay, present.
Nicer than I thought.
But I don't believe I said, here's your stupid present.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
No, he just said you were stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because your present really wasn't stupid.
No, it's pretty kick-ass.
But that's just how we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I respect if someone's going to call me out on a horrible one line.
I wouldn't
That
trade
was
it.
really bad.
It was.
Or just
I'm
a big
tired.
old happy family.
Aww.
Did you have fun this weekend, by the way, Tanya?
No.
Avoiding your responsibilities at your primary...
My primary non-paying job.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
You really need to start.
I'm not the boss, okay?
That's true.
I'm looking at
Couldn't
the
do a show
boss.
Friday 'cause of you.
The
Fuck
bo-
you.
The boss is wearing a hat with his turned around.
He's writing angrily as we talk about him and make fun of him.
If you had been here Friday, we could have done the show.
Yeah,
You and me.
you guys could
Right.
have done it. It would have been awesome.
Suck my dick. I don't know. It was a long weekend. I didn't get home till about 1:30. I think that's when I texted Jay on Friday night, Saturday morning.
Ugh, why so late? Early?
Because my life is horrible. And then I was up and back at the same place.
Did I respond
By
to you?
8.
Because I feel like I said it to myself, and I don't know if I responded in text. Like, oh, that's cool. I'm still up, but it's too late to talk.
I do that a lot.
And see, that's why I was texting because I didn't know. And then Saturday night was the same thing again, and it was just a horribly long weekend. My kids had a competition, the second of 3 that are left. Fucking
You
Christ.
still have 3 more.
3 more. Yeah.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, and
I
on
know.
all things possible, because you're spending far more money than most, like, sports.
I
You're
wouldn't think so.
spending a lot more time.
Honestly, you should have just put them in bare knuckle brawling.
Yeah, that would have been cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
There's
today,
no equipment needed.
And, I mean, you would be there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Today
Someone to get knocked
on-
out.
It was fucking Boss Baby, the cartoon on Netflix. They were talking about bare knuckle baby fighting, and the kid,
I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, I
the
would
kid I
too.
was watching she like snapped her knuckles and she goes, "You want to fight?" And all I could think of was, I know people with kids that age. Like, could
Yeah.
we start this? Is this like a sport we could start, like
I'm
baby
down for
bare
that.
knuckle fighting?
That'd be awesome.
Right.
I
I
would
would
give
love
that
that.
up just
Let
for that.
them fucking go crazy on each other. Oh look, the assistant
It's Slim
producer.
Shady.
I'm Slim Shady. Like, it's like, fuck you both. Sorry.
So, Cody, your weekend.
Yeah.
Were you doing anything less?
How are you feeling?
How do we say this?
I'm feeling better.
You know, I had somebody ask me if you were okay, because we posted our last show without Cody on YouTube, and Cody went into this about how his tummy was queasy, but he didn't quite have the raging diarrhea.
Yeah.
You know what
I
the
didn't have-
interesting thing is, though, is that Cody could have spent his entire weekend chugging on knob, and he would still be doing something less heterosexually challenged than you were doing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's funny because I did.
Is that where that bruise on your forehead
yeah,
came from?
it hurts.
Mar doesn't know when to stop thrusting.
I feel better. I never had any other problems aside from that. Nighttime was bad. When
Yeah.
I laid down to
Oh.
go to bed, No, I mean
Did you
like
get the spins?
no. Like it was bad in a relieving way. Like it was good for me.
Oh, just a
but,
lot of gas.
Yeah, not so good for my partner. She suffered.
Did you put the blanket on her head and tell her
Yeah.
just to breathe?
Oh no, I just trapped her.
Good Lord, you really are a degenerate, aren't you? Did you do that when you were drinking your Mountain Dew
Yeah.
and watching Family Guy?
Watching my Yee shows.
Oh my God.
Then a big gust of wind came by and the house about fell over, but it was okay.
Yeah. But no, I feel better now. I've recovered.
I'm glad.
I never had any other
Yeah,
problems. I could have done
for
the show.
anyone that did miss Cody, it was Tanya's fault completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
She read way too far into.
Old Magic Johnson over here just can catch anything within a 5
That's
mile
the other
radius.
problem, yeah.
I told you I had no other problems except for that.
Tanya's previous job was a lead singer for Queen.
If you'd have just brought a bottle of Glade down here, you would have been fine. You would have needed it, but you would have been fine. You
What
would've
if we
gotten
just
sick.
like stuck Febreze? No, one of those little wax melts up your ass.
No, he means for the disinfectant, which I don't know why he said Glade.
No, I meant for the smell.
Oh, I thought that was
Ooh.
later.
What? Yeah, it was, but it kind of shrinkled out a little bit. Here and there, I'd move wrong. That happens, though. Do you ever have that where, like, you feel fine and you just move wrong and it comes out of nowhere?
All the time.
Yeah.
But I'm a man of 35.
Yeah.
You're older than that. You're
36.
damn near. You're like
Sorry.
42. You're an old
Saying.
fucker.
I'm not as old as your husband.
That
Yeah.
bitch
I
is
married
old.
younger, so that's.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Makes you younger.
Really?
By proxy, yeah.
A little bit.
It's
People, it doesn't make you younger, but people view you as younger.
I mean,
Like-
because I can still have kids for the next couple years.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
see, Tanya, if she has the risk, it's gonna turn into, well, yeah. Well, I was even thinking something that might have more water than brain.
Oh my fucking God!
But I will say this: I want to qualify that with saying it is also Tanya. So I mean, you know, like it may not have anything to do with her age at all. It could just be the fact that her gene pool is.
I encourage you to not.
Oh
do
my
it.
God!
I encourage you to not try at all, because I think once you hit 50, it's just over.
Yeah, and since you're at the
Yeah.
cusp of that, like 48, that just
Cusp.
it's gonna be quick.
Yeah.
She's not on the cusp. She's full on in the bowl. She's.
I'm also thinking if you were successful twice with that kind, I mean,
I think we
Is it
should
a
have
success?
a huge party for my 50th birthday. Do you know what I mean? Like we should go somewhere.
What, like a retirement
Yeah,
home?
I was gonna say.
I can call AARP.
Like we should just go out next weekend and be like, we're here for her 50th birthday party.
She's just
We
gonna
should.
call us at like 6 a.m. Guys, I can get coffee for 15 cents at McDonald's now.
We should actually do that because you're Mexican. They believe it. Mexicans
would.
age weird.
So do Asians.
Well is the word you were
No,
looking for.
sometimes. Sometimes they age well. Sometimes they hit an age where it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, look
Asians
at Jay.
always
He's
age-
like 29 and he looks like he's damn near 80.
I think that's me.
Yeah, that's white
That's just
boy
how I
over here.
feel.
No, Asians are the weird one. Because
Asians age
they
great.
look amazing. No, I don't know.
And they age great, and then one day they just wake up.
And they're 100.
Yeah.
Well,
bro.
like until they're about 40, they look fantastic.
Mhm.
After 40, it's like
I've never
I can't
seen
tell
an
if they're
in
60
between.
or 70.
I've never seen an in between Asian where like they look young or they look old somewhere in between there. I've never seen one.
I mean, even like George Takei. George Takei,
Yeah.
who seems fine, whatever. He still looks like he's been like 70 for a long time.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
He looks younger than 70 though.
I don't know. You should pull up a picture of him, but
Actually, I just saw a
there's
picture.
no
of him.
one down here to do that. So,
Oh, I could-
Where did
well, it's, I'm,
fucking Bossy go?
yeah, I know, Mister. I'm so concerned about
It's all
getting
right.
this show on track, and then once
Yeah,
the show
and
starts,
then he fucking
they
just
leave.
ditches us, bastard.
Ignore all the George Takei porn.
Oh.
That's why I was looking him up.
How long is George Takei's?
Lifespan.
There's like a picture of George Takei's face on Lex Steele's body.
See, like, look, this is him when he was in Star Trek, and that's him now. He doesn't look
That
that
looks
much
70.
different.
That looks 70.
Not really. Do you think that looks 70? I think that looks 50s.
Dude, look at my mom.
Yeah, I've seen your mom.
She's 65.
I'm impressed.
You know what I'm saying, though.
That
Cody
looks
wrote
70.
your mom. You need to be nice.
That looks 70.
I think it looks 80.
What?
What
If
the
you-
fuck is
if
wrong
you
with
saw
you?
that
George
the-
Takei
If
does
you
not
saw
look
that
like
that
that.
guy was dead,
No.
if you saw that George Takei in today's present state was dead, you'd be like, he was like really old.
I hope to God George Takei hears you and comes and fucking punches you.
I hope he does. I'd be
I'll
honored.
bend over for it.
I would be honored.
We'll both have an experience.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Jay, what'd you do this weekend? Fucking loser.
Worked.
No.
That's what I do. Someone's got to carry the show. So while you're puking your guts out, while you're dancing with all the other little queens, I'm working.
Well,
I think somebody flipped you off.
Hey, I said dance moms. They're known as queens, right? You're a dance mom, are you not?
They're not known as queens.
In the dance world,
I think that's the
No,
guys.
they're not.
Wow, someone
It's the
is
boys
being-
that are known as queens.
Jesus.
Oh, there comes a finger.
That was well deserved.
Hey, listen.
Homophobic ass.
No, no, no.
I would not do a show with people.
No, no.
Yeah,
You've done it for
whatever.
4 years.
I'm in no way covering up for my last comment.
No, I'm pretty sure they are though.
They're not.
Like the drag ones.
Yeah.
Not like the dance ones. The drag.
Yeah, the
ones.
drag queens.
Yeah, they are called drag queens.
What?
But
Yeah, they're
dance
still-
moms are not queens.
But what show
God,
do
they're
I
kids.
typically watch that has to do with dancing?
It's that one about the drag queens on Netflix.
From Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's what
What's it called?
I don't remember. It's a great show.
I know you brought it up, and I want to check it out.
He watches it all the time.
It's a really good show. I can't remember.
I'll look it up.
Do you guys want to know a secret?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Mm.
There's a chance
You're
that we
pregnant.
get to go.
Dancing Queen.
Yeah, Dancing Queen. See?
Oh my God. There's a chance we get to go to
Dancing
Hutchinson
Queen.
in the next couple of months, and you guys can do a drag queen show.
Like, do
Oh,
one
I
or watch
can't
one.
pull that off. Look at me.
No, do one or watch one.
Do one.
I'll do it.
I look like if Homer Simpson was a hobo.
Okay, now I will say this. You'll have to help me because I've never done that.
Yeah.
I mean, I put on a thong, but
You'd have to shave.
But I know. But everything else, I can
Few
put on a
pounds.
bald cap. Whatever you want me to
You-
do. If you fix me up, I'll do it. Unless there's an entry fee. I'm too Jewish for
Plus, I
that.
feel like your dick's a little too small for it, but
It hides all the better.
It's like a
yeah.
turtle.
But, I mean, have you seen those drag queens? Like when you call them over to your house late at night. They are fun.
That's not a drag queen. That's a tranny.
Ah, well.
Hey,
All one and the same.
that is not the proper term.
What do you want me to call your wife?
It's not my what. God, I wish.
I like
right?
I like the midget trannies. Those are my favorites.
Here goes half our
Let's
fan
just
base.
do everything
Half
we
our
can.
fan base.
Let's just do everything.
Half our base.
Well, that is how
As a-
tall they are.
I was gonna say, is it 'cause I started talking about half people?
Yeah. Let's just do everything to get kicked off in the first.
You
10,
said
15
if I had a
minutes.
baby, it would be a water baby.
I haven't
did not.
dropped.
No, I did not. I said it would
Sack
have
of
more
water.
water than brain. That's all I said. Do we,
comes out like a
do
deflated
we
water
not
balloon.
have water? Is there not a form of water in our skulls
70%.
of our body?
Not in
Completely
her
water.
skulls.
Oh no, well, it's just everywhere else, but not inside.
Right.
Fucking God.
Not in your brain at
Yeah.
all.
No.
And
but
I said a form of water, which
That's
would be
why
blood.
when you punch a kid whose skull hasn't developed, you hear it sloshing.
You really messed up my kid with that one.
Sorry.
I'm trying to swallow something, you guys. Quit.
Is that why the producer's not here?
No, P-Flag in Hutchinson is kind
we're
of
back
wanting.
on this.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep you focused because fucking producers smoking something out there. They are kind of interested in having local celebrities, but they were all busy, so we picked you two.
Oh, okay. I feel
And
like
there's-
that's better.
Okay.
There's a chance you guys get to dress up in drag and do a drag show.
Is there an entry fee?
I don't think so. I think
'Cause
you
I'm-
guys are going to be like... Well, and there's a
Why
chance
do
you could
you
be
keep
like
saying
guest
go with me?
judges.
Why do you keep saying you guys? Because I'm not doing that.
You have to do
You
it
have
with me.
to do
It
it.
would be such an experience.
I don't have a real penis. It's just a
Listen,
strap-on.
here's the thing. Not that I would do that in any other circumstance, but if we have the, let's do it.
No.
Why? No one will even know it's
I
you.
have real reasons.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You're just being a pussy.
I do.
You can go by a different name.
No. Okay, so there's two major
Except for when we
things.
aired on the show.
No, I don't care about that. I could give a shit. I talk about boning transgender women all the time. Like,
gotta do what you gotta do.
Your wife's not happy that you keep talking about her penis.
she's just ashamed because she sucks compared to them.
Oh my god.
Like, God, I wish you were big.
Okay, so what's the issue? I mean, we're curious.
Are you?
I
Okay,
am.
I can't walk in the heels.
You don't have to wear heels.
They're not
We
hard.
will make it work.
It's not
Cody's
hard.
like, Cody's like, I got a pair you can borrow now.
If I can do it drunk, you can do it sober.
But let me also say this.
I'm serious about that too.
Well, okay, there's like two or three things. One, committing to anything.
Yeah, that's. I get
You
that.
do.
Because you would, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then that morning I'd be like, guess what? I can't do it. I've got Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And, I don't know a date. It's a huge problem. You can give me a date.
Okay, so right here, right now, if I can get you a solid date and have all the details,
And that I'm not busy.
what the fuck do you do?
I got
Nothing.
I got 2 vacations left this year.
Okay, when?
This year, it's March.
I know.
You're blowing them all in one go?
No,
I
mean,
thought
like,
we were saving
I've got
vacation
one
time
in
for
fall.
July.
I've got one in fall. No, you are. I've got family vacations.
We should all go on a group vacation.
Oh my God, no.
Nobody could handle
Can
it.
Wow.
you imagine that?
I think that'd be awesome.
That'd be completely
These
chaos.
two, like, basically performing ninjutsu and sign language because
I like that.
because one wanted an orange soda and the other one said no. Yeah, no, thank you.
Maybe we could videotape it.
That would be good, funny. I have always wanted to see that.
I know.
Oh my God.
But
Play the Naruto.
and then I
theme
do
song
have one.
behind it.
No.
I do have one this summer as well.
When?
I'm not sure. I have to ask the wife.
Where are you going?
You gotta ask your
Colorado.
big
That's
daddy.
where I'm going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, not really.
That's okay, we can go together.
I was gonna. Hey, let's go.
Nobody wants to go on a family
no.
vacation
So
with you.
I actually don't have a I don't have a vacation plan, so let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
My son needs
We
to see
can-
the mountains.
We can rent out a hotel. We need different rooms, but
Yeah, for the women.
no for us. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could.
Oh
one
yeah,
room,
yeah, I see. See, we
Yeah.
got it figured out.
So we're figuring something out here. This is even better.
It's actually not that expensive either.
No, it's really not. I bet you too. Radio listeners love hearing about us talking about our plans.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So anyway, I will try to work out the details, but I think you guys need to dress in drag.
I will show up.
I'll
I'll even
show
show
up.
up on drag, but I won't go up on stage.
Oh.
I got vertigo from time to time.
Oh my freaking
I
god!
do. Especially on stage. Unless I'm drinking. So if I'm drunk, if I can drink,
Okay.
then I'll do it.
Okay. See, we're
Yeah.
making progress.
Yeah, if I can be drunk, then I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
So
Which means you'd have to drive.
Me?
no, that's
No,
why we have
oh,
a producer.
I don't know if
Yeah.
are you a good driver?
Yeah, she says she's a good driver too, and we've experienced
Yeah.
that. Worst
Okay,
driver I've
see-
ever experienced was Tommy.
So there's a chance these two fools can dress in drag. Would you dress in drag and do a drag show? Like a drag queen? Look at him, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, alright. Hell yeah.
It's like, should I get it from our chest that we keep our special stuff in?
Hey Eminem, will you be a drag queen?
It's halfway there.
So, okay, we'll work out the details. His fucking face kills me. Okay.
So
So,
anyway,
yeah.
I wanted to actually start with some news, with some topics.
Why do you all
Chelsea
do that?
Clinton.
Thank you.
Topic. That's how he says it, isn't it? Say topic.
About, just letting a news story come out first, and then you can.
Say
Like,
topic.
look, we all know where we're going.
Yeah.
Say the fucking word topic.
Topic.
That's not how you say it.
It
No,
is.
it's not.
He says it like topic.
You're just trying to change the subject because you fucked up.
Look at him.
You're trying to
He's
perform on
ignoring
me
it.
when I say something that's not nice.
What kind of accent What is that? Fucking Mexican.
Again,
Topic.
you're just trying to change
Topical.
the subject. Because maybe no more fucking up, and then you won't want to change the
He's
subject.
still talking. We should pay attention.
I agree with him.
Yeah, see, he's on my side. We both know how you do
I
this.
did not mean to do that, okay?
Exactly.
I was
See?
signaling to the producer here.
She didn't mean to do that. You know how often she does that?
Right?
So we're going to talk about Yellowstone.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Dun,
Good
dun,
job.
dun.
I feel like someone else might. Yeah, like she has a kid, it's gonna have like double Tourette's.
Oh.
Be a water baby with Tourette's.
Just gonna be yelling stuff out that we already know.
I can't. I'm fucking water.
Why does my blood hurt?
This paper feels yellow.
Oh shit.
I like sandpaper.
Anyway, proceed.
So there was an issue that happened at a synagogue where they were mourning the incident that happened by a moronic cuck in New Zealand, where he had murdered 49 Muslim people who were at two different synagogues. And Chelsea Clinton attended this synagogue here in America where they were mourning that loss. And she was, I'm going to say, quote unquote, attacked by some young students that were there. Have you guys seen the video?
Yeah.
Parts of it.
Let's pull it up so we can play it for people. And hopefully we can get audio on it. It's really bad. Let me pause it. So, I want to see, what's your takeaway from that, Tanya?
What was the clicking?
They were snapping.
They were
Was it snapping?
Which, by the way,
You think that's
I
what it
didn't want to start off with. For me, that's the most offensive thing.
I know.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Like, I don't care
We
what
can't
Chelsea
yell,
said.
so we're snapping.
I don't care what she was saying to Chelsea. The snapping was the most, ugh.
Yeah.
Like
What
douche
was
chills.
that?
Like, I've never had douche chills in my taint before, but that's where they ended up with the snapping.
I did, like, I was getting into it, and I was like, oh man, they're gonna...
It's West Side Story.
Yeah.
We're gonna break
It's
out a
the Jets
fucking
versus
song.
the Sharks.
Honestly, I mean, I'll give her credit. She went to go show support and to help mourn with them. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's a whole sad deal. I mean, you don't know how you're gonna react. I do. That one chick though, that's in her face, is a little scary. Like she kind of wants to punch her.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably a little upset that,
Yeah.
you know, people like her were massacred. But
Well, then you hear this big guy's voice getting snaps, and you're like,
I
oh shit, here come the Jets.
Right.
Cody,
I think
has Tanya added a whole lot?
it still said nothing.
Yeah.
Right, you're welcome.
I think an attack is extremely overplayed. This is not an attack. Verbal, maybe. That's pushing it even for me. But I'm kind of curious, and maybe one of you, Jay, can enlighten me about what words she said that may have spurred this.
Okay, so what this all started from was Chelsea Clinton's comments about Ilhan Omar.
Right.
And that she had tweeted anti-Israeli government stuff.
Right.
And Chelsea Clinton said that none of our, and I'm paraphrasing here to be honest, that none of our politicians should be anti-Semitic. Now the interesting thing, and where the protester or the accoster, I don't know what you want to call her.
Yeah, the snapper.
The student from NYU. What she was saying was, in part, she was saying Ilhan Omar also called out Saudi Arabia. Why isn't there legislation coming out saying that we should be anti-Muslim? Why weren't you, tweeting about how no politician should be anti-Muslim? There's this double side to it that that gives people a very bad impression of Muslims.
See, I think that's pushing it.
I think it is too.
Because she said that about how we shouldn't be anti-Semitic, and I agree with that. But even though she didn't say anything about not being anti-Muslim, she didn't say anything promoting Muslim hate.
No.
I agree.
She didn't say anything. Trump has. If you want an example of that, they should be talking to Trump.
I mean, I'm sure if he showed up, they would have walked right past Chelsea.
Oh yeah.
God, that would have been
absolutely.
amazing if he had shown up.
But I think it's just I don't know, miscommunication, whatever. But she didn't say anything promoting this.
And I think some of it too. And I read an op-ed that she did, where she had said that a lot of it was too based on the fact that Chelsea Clinton is she is a trust fund baby. And all that money that she got was because of the wars that her parents have started that killed Muslims. And have always went after Muslims and never went after anyone else.
I don't know, that may not be far off.
It's not. That's where I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get that. And then she later in that op-ed also said everybody in that synagogue was uncomfortable with her being there. And I think that's a fair point.
Like, but I think it says something that she at least showed up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think... Here's my... I'll let you go on here in just a second. I just feel like she's cheaping it because it looks like she's just there for a photo op.
You think that's why she went, or that's what it looks like?
I think that's why she went.
And possibly. I still don't think it's fair, though, to put this on her. And, she probably is a trust fund baby due to that. But I still don't think that's her fault.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's not like it was Ivanka there.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I think Ivanka and Chelsea are one and the same in a lot of manners.
Yeah, but I still have trouble placing the blame on her.
I'm with you in a way. Like, I don't think she should have been. They shouldn't have went after her so aggressively. I do think that they make good points, and I do think that Chelsea never tweets anything about, hey, look at what America's doing. They're letting Saudi Arabia get away with killing Yemenish people or people from Yemen, and they're not being held responsible, and we keep giving them money and guns.
Mm-hmm.
She never tweets anything like that.
But
she
there's a lot of people that don't.
Right, and those people also didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have somebody. Oh shit! I got like, I wouldn't want to talk to Bob Corker. I wouldn't go after Bob Corker. But if I saw him, I would say, hey, fuckface, why did you, blah, 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 blah.
So basically what you're saying is either speak out against it or stay out of the matter entirely.
Yes, that would be my...
I get that.
That would be my argument. Like, but, there again, I do also think that she kind of went a little overboard. Like...
Yeah.
Really, it's such a weird topic, and I talk about this all the time. We're in fact when we go live, we're gonna discuss what happened today between Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
And
we got pictures and shit.
That's where this stuff comes out, and we're also gonna talk about another issue that happened resulting from the gun violence in New Zealand. But my point is like, I don't know if I've talked about this, about the BDS movement here on the show.
Yeah, you have.
You have.
Because I made the joke about BDSM.
I don't think we did on the show. I think we did on a demo.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
that could
he's
be
correct.
And, okay, so, and this is my issue where it gets really, really weird, and I think this is where these students are coming from, to a point where...
By the way, real quick, I think you should elaborate what the BDS was.
I am. I'm about
to.
Being, as they are Muslim, there's nothing in there to protect Muslim people. As far as, like, you could take a shit on Saudi Arabia or Palestine or Iran. You could take a shit on all these countries all day, no big deal. But the moment that Ilhan Omar makes just a comment against the Israeli government, she didn't say anything about like a specific Jewish person.
Mm-hmm.
She was talking about the government. Then holy shit, she's an anti-Semite. Oh, it's so deplorable. She's disgusting. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, yeah, you could literally be just like shitting all over everything around Israel. And I think that's part of it. And it goes so far as I want to explain the BDS thing is, so if you have, and there's been a number of people who've worked with the school who had government contract jobs. If you have your own newspaper, podcast, you're a nonprofit, you get money from the government for that. You are not allowed to talk about the war crimes that Israel has done to Palestine, or to promote the banning of Israeli products.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that, they will pull your funding.
Right.
And that's this weird thing. Now, in Kansas and in Arizona, it has been overturned. It's this weird fucking movement that, like, does make me be like, it gets me in the Alex Jones mode where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? That is, you can look it up. It's 100% true. You can say, in America, we live in America, it's our country, you can say the Trump administration in America is locking up Mexican babies in dog kennels. And they'll say, oh, okay, cool.
And
well, I mean, they're just Mexicans. They're fine.
And that's exactly what I was going to say, is that I find it odd how a foreign country, we can't say anything about what our own country, who you think we would be a little bit more strict on, even though I think we shouldn't, because freedom is huge.
Correct.
But you would think out of the two, it would be our country where we're like, hey, shut your fucking face.
Right. Yeah. Hey, you can say what you want about, whatever you want, but we're not going to fund you.
No, exactly. You would think, because, I mean, even the military, they have to watch what they say.
Mm-hmm.
If they disagree with Trump, they kind of have to watch what they say.
They do, yeah.
But that's about it. You have people like Bezos, who speaks out against Trump. Nothing.
No.
But Omar speaks out against Israel, and it's the end of the world.
And it's not even the people, it's the government.
No, and I mean, it's weird because, that made her an anti-Semite. But when we do our show, why are we not anti-white people? Because we're talking about the government. I mean, come on, realistically, most of the government
is majority. Yeah. No, I get you. And I mean, look, if we did an entire episode
that is so funny coming from you,
about the BDS movement or Israel's attacks on Palestine, and I mean, they are war crimes. The UN said they are war crimes. If we did that, we would get docked.
Yep.
And we don't get government funding, but if we did, we would lose it. That to me seems really interesting. So when this Muslim student comes up and says, and questions these double standards, I get where she's coming from. But I don't think Chelsea Clinton has anything to do with that. And I don't really think she has much to do with anything in general. I think, look, mommy and daddy killed a bunch of people. I'm rich for it. But she still didn't do the killing, and she had nothing to do with the legislation. She's a byproduct.
Yeah, it has an odd reflective tone about Trump himself, where anything that is expressed negatively in the media about Israel is a big problem, and it's the same with Trump, though. Anytime something is negatively expressed about him, he's going after the newspaper company. New York Times, for example. How many times have we heard the failing New York Times? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I kind of make that argument, too.
Yeah, I agree. But, my point.
No, yeah.
SNL.
Yeah, they should do away with SNL.
Yeah, like,
the state should look
anything negative is propaganda, pretty much.
No, I agree.
I just find it odd. And it's funny because Netanyahu and Trump are both scummy people.
So keep bringing
You're an anti-Semite.
Right. Well, yeah.
You're not wrong.
I hate my own people.
Okay, so you keep talking that, Chelsea's parents murdered all these people. But do you think she should be held accountable for it?
No.
Unless she contributes to anything
Probably
not.
afterwards.
I mean, when you think back,
like if she wasn't
old
business.
enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So any money that was made for her in her account, she can't control that.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Clintons have, the Kill People Foundation, and she kind of takes over the family business, Yeah.
And
I think she should be held accountable.
And what she's doing now too could have a lot to do with. I mean, who knows what she's.
Yeah.
And I mean, her mom was the Secretary of Defense just 3 years ago. She's what? She's older than me, isn't she?
Yeah. Not by much.
No, but I'm just saying.
I don't think she's even 40 yet, is she?
No, but I think she's in her 30s.
Yeah.
So I mean, for the last give or take 15 years, she could have had say in what's going on. And by the way, most of the killing happened while her mom was Secretary of Defense.
She's 39.
Yeah. So, did she have say 10 years ago when she was 29? Probably. And she had her mom's ear. I'm not saying she called for it. I'm not. That's a really far branch to be grasping at. If she was old enough to be like, Mom, you're fucking killing innocent people.
But I mean, do you really think she could have stopped it?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But I don't. She didn't talk out against it either, and she was.
I don't know about stop it.
But I mean, okay, let's say that was your parents.
Well,
you would speak out against your parents?
Without a doubt, yeah.
Yeah, but they aren't getting money like Hillary was.
That's true too.
So she may speak out against it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, she may speak out against it, and Hillary may even be like, I know, you're right, it's fucked up, but come on, you really think they're gonna give that up over the money? No.
And that's the thing. I feel like Chelsea took that opportunity to just shut her mouth and take the money. So I don't know, the fact that she wasn't tweeting about what's going on. I mean, look, do you think Congress wants AOC doing these live videos she's doing on Instagram explaining word for word what they've been talking about, what they're bought and sold?
No.
No, of course not. But she has that thing called integrity. And I don't feel like Chelsea did. That's all I'm saying. But I don't feel like she should also have blood on her hands. It's just, I get why you'd yell at her. And if she's the only target. Again, I think in that scenario, there's probably 1,000 other people that if they were there, those protesters would have walked right by Chelsea Clinton, probably said, you know, out of the way, Prego. I'm going after your dad. Your mom's
I'd
over
go after
there,
her
and
dad
my
too.
thing's
I mean,
coming down.
I'm not even lying. I'd go after Chelsea.
Bill?
Dad, yeah.
Ew.
I'm just saying.
He's one of those old dudes that, like, old dudes should not lose weight.
No.
Like, he's been around, so you know he's into some pretty freaky shit by now.
Yeah, but he looks like he's one sneeze away from death.
Also,
he looks like if he sneezes too hard, he
but
will
okay,
literally die.
say Bill and I are like going at it and smashing, and he died on top of me. That's a story right there.
He's a privileged cock. He's had a privileged cock for quite a long time. You think he's even gonna do anything? He's gonna be like, you suck it.
Yeah.
You're lucky enough to be sucking presidential dick. I guarantee you that's his mindset.
To be fair, though, I see her point because it's the same thing with Betty White.
Cody is all over Betty White.
I don't think Betty White's attractive, but yeah, I'd probably get it. Because then I can be like, hey, I banged Betty White.
No, I get that for the bit.
By the way, not a popular opinion.
Betty White's
really?
hot?
No, if they bang Betty White, I brought that up with a few of my friends, and they all said, no. Like, why would you want to?
See, I think that needs to be, like, our next shirt is Revolution Radio, quote, unquote, for the bit. Because we basically said we'll do about anything.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just surprised. I thought more people would want to bang Betty White.
I would think more people want to bang Betty White, because then you can say you banged Betty White.
Fuck yeah, it's Betty White.
But apparently the old thing is too much.
I guess so.
But she doesn't even look bad for her age.
Wouldn't it be amazing
really
if Cody, like, walked in and he goes, man, I broke that bitch's hip.
Plus, look how old she is, and we know what happens to women's genitals. She could be fucking you from the bedroom while you're watching TV in the living room.
For real.
Oh my god!
That was a drone river
Yeah.
joke.
Oh my god. You're horrible.
I would.
I want you to bang Betty White.
I want to bang Betty White.
I want that for you.
Betty White wants to never meet
Not
Cody.
yet. And by the way, real quick, I don't remember the actresses' names aside from Betty White because I'm not a fanatic like you. Golden Girls?
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
B. Arthur?
B. Arthur.
Rue McAllen?
No.
You
B.
always
Arthur.
go Rue.
Estelle Getty?
You always go
So,
Rue.
did you know,
You know
that
I do.
in Deadpool, when he wore that Golden Girl shirt, he had to pay like $17,000 to have it in there?
Yeah.
Just because it's in her likeness, but the funny thing is, because Ryan Reynolds is a huge Golden Girls fan.
Who's not?
Right. So the money money. He arranged it, because she's dead, obviously. But he arranged it with her children that it would all go to, like, charity of their choosing.
That's awesome.
But it was either 10 or 17,000. I can't remember which. But it came out of his pocket. Like, it wasn't even out of the movie. It was out of his pocket. Yeah.
You know
Just to have that shirt in there
That
for, like,
makes
one
me
scene.
happy. That makes me love him even more.
Right?
You know what's interesting? Like, while we're talking Golden Girls, I found something really interesting. So, I think one of the oldest was Rue McCallum.
Yeah.
Do you know when Golden Girls ended, she was just like 52?
Holy shit, really?
Really?
I mean, the makeup they used was pretty amazing, but
Yeah, but still.
I mean, my point, I guess, is like being 36. I'm not that far off from dating some. Like, if something were to
Yeah.
happen in the next like decade, I'd be dating a Golden Girl.
Yeah.
Man, I
That
fucking
is-
that's
love the
badass.
Golden Girls.
Just interesting, I thought.
Rue McCallum, she was the one that was dating a different guy every night and sleeping around more than the others.
Yes, yeah.
I don't blame
That was
Fucking loved
planned.
her.
Me too.
So what do you got? Because I know we're
My
running
right
up on
hand
a
did not
break.
love her, though. I got pretty tired of seeing her face.
You're like, stop yanking on it already.
Again? Every time I pull my pants down to pee, it's scared.
Cody's dick looks like
God.
he's been doing crocodile.
Oh, is it falling off in chunks?
Yeah, it's flaky. That's how it always starts. It's like black people with the ashy skin. It cracks more.
Just like the people's eardrums.
Yeah,
Tanya, fucking racist Tanya there.
I know, I wasn't even being racist. I was just saying she's the one making fun of
You
it.
really could have just dropped at the crocodile comment. We got it, we know. You get scaly.
Yeah.
We've all been 12 before. It's like, it's summer vacation. Parents are gone all day.
Oh,
What am I
man.
doing?
Absolutely. Low humidity.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell's on? Yeah, I'll make it work.
It's like I live in a bearded dragon tank. It's just humidity's at 0 and the heat's at 90. Look at it wrong and it cracks.
It's like 8 o'clock at night now and it like hurts to pee. But fuck, you're gonna do it all over again the next day.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Just
you
enough
might
time to
find a
do-
Victoria's Secret catalog.
That's actually my secret, by the way. I jerked it so much to get that callus on the outside so it seems bigger than it is.
That's a good idea.
Can't feel much, but it looks impressive.
Still a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Listen.
So,
I think that's our biggest fan.
I know.
We're just speaking the truth.
Yeah. So what do you got?
Yeah. So hurry up, we got a break coming up.
Yeah.
Come on.
it's really hard to go into my story.
Holy shit, we do. I didn't realize it was
After you
almost
guys
6.
start talking about. So, this past weekend, it was a very sad weekend, sadly.
Oh, we did really set you up, man.
You guys are
Yeah,
such
we really-
bastards. And I'm trying to be serious. And all I can think about is the fucking callus that's chipping on Cody's cock.
No, it's not chipping anymore. It's solid.
Yeah.
It's just a solid growth now. It's a little uneven, so like one side's kind of.
It's got a hump.
Yeah, I have to draw a line for the vein so you can see where the middle is. It's rough, but
It's
I make it work.
It's aggravated for her pleasure.
Go ahead, go with your
This
story.
weekend,
Do it straight face.
I can't. I fucking can't. It was reported out of Parkland, Florida, that Sydney Aiello, she was a survivor of the shooting more than a year ago. She has committed suicide. She was not in the building. She was at the school, but she was not in the building that was shot up. Sadly, 2 of her best friends from the cheerleading squad were murdered. She apparently has had a hard time dealing with it, and the anniversary was a month ago. And apparently after...
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for some reason
It
I thought
happened
it happened
February
later.
14th. It was on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Well, apparently she'd been into counseling, and she was a pretty girl. She's 18. She was 18.
Had she graduated yet?
Yes.
yeah.
She wasn't able to go to college because she had issues moving on.
Oh, okay.
Well, she enrolled. She just had trouble being in the classroom.
Yeah.
So she went
Which
to
makes
school
total
and killed
sense,
herself?
by the way. No.
She committed
took
suicide
it
at home.
Oh, okay. You portrayed it. You portrayed it like she was on campus, but not in the
No.
building when she killed herself.
No,
No,
during the
that's-
shooting.
During the
Okay, I
shooting,
gotcha.
she was on campus,
I
but not in the
gotcha.
building. So her parents did find her. She is 18, which she's older than 18, which is why her picture and her name is out. But when the New Zealand mosque shootings happened, it really caused a lot of trauma and flashback for her. So she did end up committing suicide. And then that was Friday night. That was Friday morning she was found. Saturday, sadly, another student who was underage from Parkland did commit suicide.
Oh.
They are not reporting names or where it happened, but it was a 16-year-old who was a freshman when the shooting did happen. The parents and the police are still looking into that one. Well, as if that wasn't sad enough, today it was reported that Jeremy Richmond, who was 49, he was found dead at 7 a.m. this morning in he worked at Edmond Town Hall. Sadly, he worked in Newtown, Connecticut, and his daughter was Avielle Richmond, who was sadly murdered during the Newtown school shooting. Apparently, with all the school shootings and then the mosque shooting, he has had some severe trauma over the weekend. He could not get in to find help anywhere. He did end up, and they're saying he did shoot himself in the City Hall office.
But our
Yeah.
healthcare system does work very well.
It does,
Right.
from what I've heard.
And I was
yes.
gonna say, do you think it's a coincidence that they're all killing themselves?
No. It has
Or do you
been...
think, and I'm not saying that in conspiracy, I know that, I'm not saying that in
All the
conspiracy
actors
theory.
decide to
No.
go.
Right, exactly. I mean, like, do you think it's they're just getting triggered?
It has been proven that when a person commits suicide, the rate of suicide goes up by 30%. And it continues to rise because a lot of people that suffer from depression who have had these suicidal thoughts, they see somebody do it and they think, they ended it, I can too. Sadly, it is being talked about. They are doing at both schools, and especially in Newtown where it was a father, they are opening doors and offering free counseling for the next couple of weeks to try to stop this. But yeah, it has been proven that one suicide can help trigger more. And especially knowing it's been almost a full year, and with the mosque shootings, a lot of people are having issues. Which I get. I don't know how anybody, not only from somebody who's been a student, but you're talking a first grade class was decimated, 27
Yeah.
children.
Yeah, that's dark and
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah. So I hope these people get help.
By the way, though,
Yes.
just to say, thanks to Obama, not one new gun law passed after that.
I think
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
great.
I think that's a victory, right?
It's a
I mean,
good thing.
a bunch of 6-year-olds were gunned down. Not one gun law.
Okay, but
Way
they
to
were
hold
technically
strong,
6.
Obama.
Yeah.
They were 6, so I mean, they could have tried harder.
They really could have defended themselves. And if they all had guns, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
where would we be right now?
Well, it's been reported that in the article,
My
and I want to
6-year-old can
say,
barely pour cereal, but
Right.
my gun.
it was reported in one of the AP articles that there have been 208 school shootings and or reportings in the U.S. since Trump took office.
What?
Yes.
Wait, how many?
208. Apparently there's been so many school shootings and or reports of schools having to be shut down because a gunman was in them.
Okay, now I get that. Now
It's
listen,
not,
I know.
and not all of them
I
are
am
true
no
shootings.
fan of Trump, but I feel like that's a propped up number.
No,
I don't think so.
Here's why I don't know for sure, but here's why I can believe it. There's a mass shooting every day,
Okay,
and we don't hear about one every day.
And I mean, I guess here's the other thing: is the reason why I will entertain this idea is because I haven't heard Donald Trump say, "In my presidency, there has been no school shootings."
Right.
So I feel like he would use that number.
Now, did you say school shootings or like there were actually shots
That's
fired?
school shootings.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, according to this one, it says 208 was for 2018 in the
Which,
United States.
Again, I can believe,
fucking
but
shit.
So I
actual
was
school
wrong.
shootings well, but still, I believe
So
that.
for the whole year of 2018, there was either a school shooting or a school found a gun on a student.
And that's why I asked, because
Wow.
I
Hey,
I
we're getting
believe
better at it.
that's why I asked this, because I believe
We're going down
it
for
a
that.
lot more if you throw in the statistic guns found.
Yes.
It's a lot more believable.
No, I meant we're getting better at stopping them. Not
Yeah.
again. Obviously, we're getting worse at school shootings.
Apparently it's a thing, but mostly in the United States. I mean, we carry the highest number of mass shootings.
Right. No, I'm just.
Fucking America.
I mean, statistics-wise. Okay, statistics. We're talking like who's good at something.
America?
America is getting worse at school shootings because there hasn't been a major one.
Or
in
you
a
could
year.
say they're getting great at school shootings.
No, they're getting worse because we aren't having them.
Because they're not doing as much damage. I'm not saying that's a good thing.
No, I think that is a good thing. If we're not doing as much
No.
damage. I think we need to practice more.
I think we're arguing the same point. I'm saying we are getting worse at school shootings, and that is a good thing.
Right.
You could argue
I know what you're saying.
we're getting better at security. I feel
Yes,
like
that's probably a better way to phrase
Yeah,
it.
that's probably a better
That's
way.
one
But
of
not
those
as
things
funny.
that Spicer would have loved you for.
That's not
have
so-
to twist that, be like, no, he didn't mean like we need to practice. Like,
But
I mean,
the
I
Columbine
guess.
kids would be really depressed. How
Yeah.
things have turned out.
But I think Columbine, they dominated their year. That was their year.
it was, yeah.
That's pretty much
yeah.
their school year. Yeah, go
No,
Columbine.
and I'm curious how many casualties have happened on the backs of that, because I don't know. Like maybe you're right. Cody made a fantastic point. There's mass shootings every day, at least one
And
usually.
It qualifies 4 or more.
Yeah.
So
And we don't hear about it.
so let's even say, half of those, let's just do 200 even, half of those were guns found, that's still 400 people killed. At least.
Well, it's shots.
No,
So-
school shootings. And if it's a mass shooting, if 100 of those are mass shootings, then it's at least 400 people.
I still want to see the qualifying numbers on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm very curious about that.
So yeah, well, and I mean, they're just now doing the back. I mean, how many suicides do you think have happened since Columbine because of survivors?
Well, I know since the story started, there's been one over here.
You're not wrong.
No, okay. Your fair point. Yes, there's probably been quite a few.
So we're gonna be taking a break soon, but before we go, we have love for the Looney Bin. Looney Bin
She
is
doesn't
our
control
friend. This weekend at the Looney Bin is Tom Clark. You guys
Really?
gonna be excited for that show?
Is he a local guy?
I think so.
I
He's,
grew up with the Tom Clark.
Did you?
Yeah.
That'd be
I don't
funny
think
if
it
it's
was
the same
Tom
guy.
Clark.
Is he a Mexican guy?
I think so. Do you know him?
Fuck. I know that guy.
That'd be
So
funny.
he will be there Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday night is ladies' night at the Looney Bin. Ladies get in free. Go
If
have
I go
a drink.
drag, then can I get in?
Maybe. Best part is if you go to the Looney Bin and you see Biggs at the door, you rub his head, you push his belly button, you say, "Hello, I'm from Revolution Radio," and he might not hit you.
Anybody can just flash him though, and you'll probably get in.
So yeah.
Including Cody.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird.
Aw.
Okay, well we're
It was cut while you were.
yes. I got excited.
Stooge, we are live.
Yeah.
Welcome back from break. Since everyone,
Good
well,
Lord.
since Tanya is
She used to
incapable.
be so good at
I know,
that.
what happened?
Like, she stole that job from you.
I know, right? And this is what I get for letting her take it, too.
That's true.
Okay, I was waiting
No more.
until. Uh-oh.
Look, you know what I...
Dun 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 dun.
What I think is
dun,
funny?
dun, 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 dun.
I should, would you
Thank
stop?
God. Really is double Tourette's over there.
She stole the
Quit calling
laptop
me that.
and lost that. Because, I mean, listen, we got a better producer, sure.
Of course.
But
yeah.
she didn't know how to run it anyway.
No.
Stole the
How
mixer
dare
from
you.
you.
Yeah.
Didn't know how to run that. Stole the intro from me. Incapable of doing that.
Are you done?
You know, that's a fair point.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Both of you bitches
Oh,
can
I'm-
shut up right now.
Don't sign at me.
Just
Don't-
saying.
Is that a new thing? Don't sign at me.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. You can, you know what? I just realized. You
What?
can speak Mexican and speak ASL, and I'll still have no idea what you're saying.
I don't know if anyone can speak Mexican.
No, I know. That's why I said that.
Wow.
I said it on purpose. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay. You got my Mexicanness triggered.
Right.
Like, hey.
I'm just trying to be more American. Go back to Spanland or wherever you're from.
Go back to
Spanland. Speak that Spanglish over here.
You speak America here.
I speak America with a U.
America. Did you see that article where is it Alabama made it illegal to take down old Confederate statues?
A lot of places do that.
Why would you do that?
I just thought it was interesting. He's
No, I
using
mean-
the accent. He's white.
No, I mean, like,
Why would you take it down?
No, why would you put a law to keep it up? Like, they lost the war.
Yeah.
Like, what other country keeps
A lot
their
of-
losers, statues and monuments up? They were the loser.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand because technically it is a form
It's
of
about
history.
No, it's not. It's not
It
about
is a
heritage.
historical thing, and I said history.
No, but they claim heritage. It's not heritage.
It's not heritage.
In fact,
It's not. It's historical.
The rebel flag was pretty much dead until civil rights.
But I mean, and if you look at it from a historical aspect, I kind of get it.
I don't.
But no, was it General Lee, like Patton that
Generally
they took down?
loser.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Wow.
Okay,
that was
so-
bad. That's worse than I
That
can't
was
believe
really
it's not
bad.
butter.
I gotta
If you-
start off with two of them.
You're pulling
So,
Tanya jokes now.
Shut up.
I am.
If you're just joining us, we are Revolution Radio, and we are live. And we are going to have, well, it's not breaking news, but for some people it is. Can you bring up our map, sir?
I'm
Yeah.
still eating my jelly beans though, by the way.
But you're eating them one at a time now.
Yeah. Earlier I was
You're just chugging them.
Oh, it was good.
So here is our map. And for those of you who can't see, Jay, can you see the map?
Yeah.
Oh God, you're not even, people can't even see you guys.
I know, it's beautiful.
I love it.
So for those of you, I'm sorry, I'm just a head and boobs with a map. Look at my map.
That's basically what you're here for.
I've only been like half of that anyway.
Shut up.
Pretty much you're just a head. Sadly, you're upset that I didn't compliment the other part. It would rather be boobs than just a head.
I would. These are the money makers.
Well,
Dude,
it's
when
a
I
good
got
point
home
because
last
there's
night,
about
I
nothing
pulled
in
up
the
like
head.
$7 out of here.
Is that a week's worth of money?
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
that's
say,
just for
like,
that's just for Saturday.
That's a really bad take home.
Just for one night, and it was like an all day event.
See what Cody pulls out of the
She
G-string.
just
always looks
feel-
so mad.
I think
She
it's
sometimes
you.
is like,
You just piss her off.
I do that. I get it.
Like any woman, they look at your face and you're like, God, my
You're absolutely right.
would dry up like a Saharan.
It's a skill I've been honing for years.
So, for those of you joining us, this is a map from for the Gaza Strip. Today it was reported that Palestine sent a rocket. Oh, shit, that touched me. To bomb the Gaza Strip, and now Israel is bombing back. Can you bring up? You
Is
need
that
the next button. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is from the Hamas.
Hummus.
No, Israel sent a bomb
Hamas.
to Hamas. Is it Hamas?
Yes.
Hummus is that food, isn't it?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And what is the Hamas? Isn't that where they keep their military bases and generals? Jay, focus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually reading into it.
You're supposed to
No,
read it
well,
now.
you didn't tell me we were going with this story first, so I didn't have it pulled up.
Did you look at the board?
Anyway.
That's typically where the government officials are, and religious. They're like top.
So it's like a
top
courthouse?
religious people. Kind of, yeah, essentially. And the thing is, I would argue, I don't know if you said that Palestine was the first one to attack.
Well, and that's
I
what
think
we
that's
need.
incredibly debatable. That's why I was pulling up this article.
Well, and that's one of the things that we need to talk about is that it was reported that Palestine sent the first rocket, and that this is Israel responding, is them bombing back. And that is what is being reported. Now, granted, that news was 2 hours ago, so I'm hoping things have changed.
Well,
But as news breaks, things change. So
well,
if
and
it's
this
changed,
is
tell
from,
me.
This is from that area yesterday, actually, which would have been Saturday, which is when they're talking about. And here's Israel aircraft targeted two Hamas positions in Gaza Strip early on Sunday as the health ministry in Gaza announced the death of a Palestinian wounded previously in protests against Israel forces. Palestinian activists have been flying burning kites and balloons into Israel as part of an ongoing protest, along with Gaza-Israel buffer zone. So this goes on to say that according to Israeli officials, the improvised aerial weapons have caused a number of fires inside Israeli settlements, causing significant material damage, but not resulting in any deaths or injuries. So, in response to multiple explosive devices that were hurled and exploded during Gaza riots near Israel's border, an IDF aircraft targeted 2 Hamas observation posts in the southern Gaza Strip. So, I guess what I'm leaning to is I don't see where it says rockets or missiles or anything. I see with the kites and the balloons and that shit that they were doing.
Also, what is this? China? Like when they first discovered fireworks?
That's one of the things they've done as a protest for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if the activist groups have any other technology.
That's fair.
That they could use as far as a protest, and I don't think that their whole point is to actually harm Israelis. I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Just to scare them.
What I am saying is this was taken from yesterday, and there's no reports of rockets or anything. And now that they have actually targeted and bombed those 2 positions, and actually really close to Tel Aviv as well, which is the farthest any rocket has shot in, now we're hearing that, Palestine attacked yesterday.
Well, and I think that's what we need.
I can't find
and there's
a single
nothing
report
about where Palestine did anything. From all the pictures that we're receiving, especially we have a few fans from the Al Jazeera network, these are all pictures, images, and the news are about Israel bombing Palestine, not Palestine doing anything.
So yeah, and I want to be clear on the fact that I'm not standing up for Palestine. It's just if I run anything, I'm gonna make sure that there is purpose behind that, and I don't see it cited anywhere, and I feel like this could be just another.
You think it's just another scare tactic?
Not a scare tactic, God no, because there's been bodies, but I feel like this might be another spin. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that Israel was the one who actually started it.
Yeah. Well, our next picture, this is...
Fix the thing.
I know, I'm trying.
Just push it in.
It is in.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You jacked it up.
You did.
Shut up. The picture here is of Trump with...
Move. It's...
Okay, show me.
Oh.
It's in. There you go.
Now it is. Takes a man.
Because today, this was a few hours ago. This was Trump and Netanyahu.
Wow.
Netanyahu.
How many times have we talked about him for you to still not know his name?
Oh.
This is the...
Jesus Christ!
Oh, you
just get the fucking dog out.
Oh, here's...
Go upstairs with your goddamn dog and take your little PS Vita.
Oh my god, that was hard. I'm glad the thing was over you too, because you're just
waving your hand, breaking shit. You can't pronounce Netanyahu. Oh yeah, we're professionals. We're good at this. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about the fucking picture.
I mean the pictures.
You brought it up.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. You go on what you were going to. I don't know. Go on with this picture of Netanyahu.
That before or after she ripped the microphone out.
All right.
Yep. So Netanyahu and Trump were together today, and this is them. They were signing. I forgot where my train of thought went.
Wow.
But he ended up cutting his visit short from the White House today because of Israel bombing Palestine. And he was reported saying that he is going home to prove that Palestine will never bomb Israel again. That there will be a war begun, a beginning of a war. I'm paraphrasing. But yeah, he cut his visit short because of what was going on. He's threatening to completely blow off Palestine off the map. And all I can find, I found one report where it said that Palestine shot a rocket first. And that was from Fox News, but nothing else.
Right. No, that's been my point. It's the same thing. You know, we got into with the BDS movement and Ilhan Omar's treatment after she criticized Israel. We have a very weird protection over the Israeli government, and I don't know why. I mean, look, if anyone's anti-Semitic, that's one thing, and saying anything about individuals, that's completely disgusting and shouldn't be handled. But when you criticize a government, that's a completely different other thing. And you know, like I said, if you don't believe in the BDS thing, look it up. You can see that our First Amendment rights are literally being sacrificed for the boycott of Israeli products and for speaking out against the crimes against humanity that they have done against Palestine. Without a doubt, like that's a real thing.
Okay,
Again,
so
I'm not gonna sit here and say that
Yeah.
I believe 100% that Israel started this, Palestine didn't. I don't know, but I can say that I can't find anything that actually cites an attack against Israel.
which is what I mean, and that was because the only thing I found about it was on Fox. Nobody else was reporting that, you know, Palestine shot first. So I found the article, and this is President Trump with Benjamin Netanyahu, thank you. And they signed a proclamation today about Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And it reverses more than half a century of the U.S. policy in the Middle East. And it was shortly after this that, because he was only here for about 90 minutes, and then he was leaving to go back home.
Melania knows what that's like.
God, can you imagine? So yeah, he did. Here he quotes, "Israel will not tolerate this. I will not tolerate it. We will be preparing for war. I am calling our armies together, and when I get there, Palestine will be no more."
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was today?
Today.
Has
So
he
now,
gotten back yet?
knowing America and knowing what we've done in Venezuela, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, now I'm starting to be like, yeah, Palestine totally didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't look. I just know how coups work, and I know that we're a big fan of coups. Like we're the leader in coups. No one else can pull off one like we can.
Wish we could pull off one in our country.
I wish we could pull off one that succeeded. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
without leaving this weird vacuum for power that brings in someone worse.
or just our troops. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
kind of like how I bet you guys weren't aware that the Iraq War. Big congratulations to that. It turned 16.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Right, it can drive now.
Oh, look at my kid.
Spending $5,000 a minute over there.
Oh,
It's fantastic. We just love spending money on blowing brown people up.
we do.
That's what we do.
You could have left the up part out and we would have been fine.
That'd be your personal life.
Yup.
We brought this image back up from the strike of Hamas. And I would like to thank of Hamas, Ahmad Samir. And I looked up the name. Ahmad Samir is one of our fans that sent this in from his apartment. He has reported that they are leaving Palestine because, as you can tell, it's burning.
Yeah, looks like it.
He says it's not a good place now. So they are leaving. Israel has opened bomb shelters to protect their people. If you are not from Israel, you are not allowed to stay in their shelters.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Is it
it's
weird?
a weird topic. Sorry, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, you're fine. I was gonna say, is it weird how Israel is this holy land that Christians and Jews alike seem to think so highly of, but they're really dicks. Like they are not. No, I mean really. Like they're awful people. The government is, in some ways, as corrupt as we are, especially with money.
I would say more.
Especially, yeah, I just didn't want to take that leap. Especially with money laundering, which Netanyahu's been found guilty of. Nobody's allowed in your shelter unless you're strictly like
Well,
them.
and can I say it's
Kinda
really weird?
Reminds me of us in the 50s.
But
Right.
it feels like a nationalism kind of thing.
Exactly.
It does.
Yeah.
You know, and it talks about when you look into the articles about Netanyahu's visit today, he's coming back next week and the week after. So he's not even on the same side of the world when this all goes down. He's here. And there's pictures and video, and he was only here for 90 minutes, and now he's gone again.
Well,
Is that not? Do you think that it was planned at all? I mean, nobody
No.
can find the Palestine did anything.
I don't think
This
it was planned.
No, I think it was.
You do?
100%, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, name another reason why they would target them.
Target Palestine?
Yeah, right now.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, like, and again, this is all speculation. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out that no, Palestine did shoot at Israel first. I don't know. I really don't. I just can't prove that.
I mean, and when you go online, there's Al Jazeera Network. Israel shoots Gaza Strip, Palestine. Vox. I mean, all of these, and you keep going until you get to Fox News. Palestine sent a rocket to Israel.
Right, and
The
that's
only news source.
That's the only way. In most of those articles that I was reading, and I granted, this just happened, 2 hours ago for us?
Yes.
Where we were getting video, and we have a contact over there who's sending us pictures. So I didn't read more than 5 articles, but none of them brought up that this is a retaliatory action. So it's hard to justify what Israel's doing. Again, I could be completely wrong.
Well,
I just think the whole thing is such a weird topic because
It is.
you don't. I'm not speaking out against the people of Israel.
No.
I'm not speaking out against the Jewish faith, even though I think they're. I mean, Muslim, Jew,
Religion.
Hindu.
Religion.
Yeah, no, Catholic. They're all stupid. They are. I mean, I'm sorry. As somebody who's an atheist, I just look at them all as blubbering idiots. They don't even know. Isn't it weird how you happen, where you happen to be born is the place that your God is just perfect and you're going to heaven.
Yeah.
Every other place,
Every-
they're wrong. They're wrong.
Every
You just
religion
happen to
is
be-
right.
You just happen to be born right where there's the perfect religion.
Right.
That alone is just dumb. But I don't hold any more ill will towards people of Israel or the Jewish faith than I do any other groups of people. But you can't say that without being called an anti-Semite.
Which is crazy.
And it's ridiculous.
I do. So for those of you out there, if you could send us any article that you're finding, we'd appreciate it, especially to our fans. When you do go look, you will find a lot. BBC is now reporting some stuff, and Al Jazeera Network is reporting more on the bombing and the rocket.
What's Cody's favorite site doing reporting about Gaza Strip?
Or no.
No,
I don't think
BBC.
they're good.
BBC. Well, and that's where it got interesting because the articles started popping up, like we said, within the last couple of hours. A lot of the networks were dark on this before, and then it all hit about the same time, which, once again, we're not saying that there's anything really going on, but when you consider a news media blackout on bombings, well, you saw the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which makes me think they're trying to come up with a story.
exactly.
Again, I might be completely wrong, but I just look after knowing what I know about Venezuela, knowing what I know about Syria, talking to Eva Bartlett, talking to Max Blumenthal. This just doesn't. Something seems fishy about it, and
Well, and,
I'm
yeah.
totally open to the fact that I could be wrong. I'm not going to go down an Alex Jones trip and
No.
it's all conspiracies. No, I don't believe that, but I do question far more now than I did.
Well, and that's why as we said at the beginning, we're reporting what we're learning. Jay did post an article 2.5 hours ago,
Yeah.
and 3 hours ago, our fan page received a couple of pictures from Mr. Samir that this is going on, and we didn't report it right away because what the hell is he talking about? We had no idea. And here it's coming out more and more, all the bombings, the rockets. Take what you want, do what you want with it. This is the technology age, and everybody has a little phone, and all you got to do is type in bombings Palestinian bombings or Israel bombings. And just stay off of Fox News, for God's sake.
And CNN.
Yeah,
Mainstream.
Yeah.
Stay out of any of that, to be honest.
So just
I
stay
mean,
with us.
and
We're always right.
go through about 5 different sites before you
Yeah.
make your mind up on what's right or wrong.
So, for those of you who don't know,
Tanya's
Cody?
really a man, and after her surgery, she's doing well.
yay! I got to keep both parts.
Too bad they're both insufficient.
Right? Well,
Like your brain.
we try to do here at Revolution Radio. You bastard. We do a lot of reporting from Yellowstone. Mainly because...
On Yellowstone, not from
No.
Yellowstone.
Right, look, and this is why. Deer-loving Cody has a tiny fear of volcanoes.
I'm terrified. No, not volcanoes. Super volcanoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The type that will wipe us out as a species.
I really don't feel like it's a bad fear.
Like, unjustified?
Right.
I mean, yeah,
it's
no,
not like
totally.
your stupid fear of fucking Sharknadoes.
No, not Sharknado, just sharks. Just sharks. That, I agree, is completely unjustified.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been to the ocean maybe 4 times in my life.
Living in a landlocked
But,
state.
not
figuring
once did I
shit.
go in the water.
They were waiting for you.
I know,
They were
I
just
know.
sitting there.
They were
I
doing
know.
they were looking, they're like, oh, look at that white boy. I'm
I
gonna
know.
fucking eat him.
I like their white meat.
Cody was all worried before he went on the trip. He's like, I need to lose some weight. I look like a manatee from the bottom down.
Bunch of flab.
So we do try to report on Yellowstone. I think it would be amazing if we took a trip to Yellowstone. Sadly, Cody, do you want to go to Yellowstone?
He'd rather go to conversion therapy.
Yeah, honestly.
Which, hopefully, Texas wins that battle and conversion therapy comes back. So, in today's Yellowstone news, which I think we should do a lot more news about Yellowstone. Just because if you look at Cody...
How much can you do though? Every day
Yeah.
it's just an animal
It's
getting
like a bear
incinerated.
shit in the woods.
Right.
No, but I mean, look at you. You're starting to get clammy. He's turning pale.
It-
Even, he gets nervous enough that he starts...
I visibly get
It's
nervous.
fantastic.
You are breathing deeper.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
And your
It makes me
arms
nervous.
started going numb. Wait, I think
Wait.
there's something else going on.
So when I said I had an article about Yellowstone, the first thing Cody does is, oh my god, is it happening?
Is
Is
it?
Ugh. No, sadly. So it was reported today from Yellowstone, the forest rangers saw the first grizzly bear coming out of hibernation.
Great.
Right?
Only to be incinerated by gas pockets.
Calm down.
No,
It's
but
just
I mean,
a fucking
dude.
volcano. It's not a big deal.
There's been fissures opening up, literally incinerating bison.
I know, because I've been reporting
That's
about
what I
it.
was gonna say. Like, how do we know it's the first grizzly?
Right.
Like,
This is the first grizzly that made
charred
its
up stupid bears.
They're
Oh
not
my
even
god, are you
charred.
gonna start calling bears stupid? Do you know what happened? You weren't here Wednesday.
Bears are
Wednesday, I was not.
Wednesday.
Mhm.
And I was talking about whales.
Oh, this is
And
a
I
slow
was
one.
reporting about whales
Looks like your
and
brain.
how a whale was found with 80 pounds of plastics. And do you know what your friend over there said?
What?
Whales are stupid.
They are stupid.
Who eats a full bottle?
Right.
You morons.
It's
Just
about
take a drink,
whales.
throw it away in the
Animals.
trash. You
Animals
idiot.
are stupid.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, and that's a
Look,
good...
like you have a dog.
Except for orangutans.
Like you have a dog, right?
I just told that dog to get out, yeah.
That piece of garbage pukes, licks it up, and then licks your face, and you're happy with it.
But yet you
He
let
just
him
owns-
lick between your legs for 5 minutes before you're like, no.
That's
No, put it to the left.
that's
No.
That's
Oh.
different. I gave
That's
the
my
producer
king.
a couple bucks.
different.
That was bought and sold.
Unless you're an orangutan, animals are stupid.
Or a pig.
Pigs are stupid.
Pigs are actually kind of smart, but
Eh,
they're still stupid,
they roll in their own shit.
regardless.
I've seen you do that.
They were darker times.
That was when he was on the heron.
Heron.
I've
I'm
seen that
just-
one video.
I'm just saying, we think that, like, animals are amazing. They're really just dumb creatures.
They are.
Oh my god.
Most of them. There's a couple. You tell me, like, a cat that can do taxes, and that's my
A
guy.
cat that can do
They
taxes?
don't even have thumbs.
Yeah, how would that work? They have toe beans,
But
not
yet
thumbs.
you're willing to let this thumbless creature take a shit in your kitchen,
No.
and you're gonna take it out.
You know, a lot of
Again,
people
if I offered
just
to
like cats.
if I offered to move into your house and I was like, hey, I'll pay you $5,000 rent, but I'm gonna take a shit in a box and leave it in the kitchen, and you're gonna have to clean it. He'd be like, no, fuck you. But
I
an
might
animal,
not.
oh, we'll gladly take it.
If you want to shit in a box in my kitchen with the cat, go for it. I'm not gonna stop you.
I already
But
did.
it has
That's
to
not the
stay
point.
in the box. Like, and if it gets out on the puppy pad around the box, then you're cleaning it.
Ugh.
It's in the box.
Yeah, but mine sprays.
And you have to
It's
rub
hard
your
to aim.
Yes, cat spray.
Yeah.
Oh, get piss on the
Oh, yeah,
backside
cats,
of
that's what I was talking about.
Well, and see, if you're gonna do that, then you have to follow the rules. You have to be neutered. Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, does the cat pay rent? No. I'm saying I would pay rent.
The cat probably does
Plus,
more than what you
I'm
would
married. I've been neutered for 12 years.
do. Yeah, that's what your wife said.
Yeah, I know. She's the one that did it.
She keeps them in her purse.
Exactly.
So, as Jay asked, there are a bunch of forest rangers that roam around, hang out in Yellowstone.
You couldn't pay me
Seriously?
enough. For real, dude. Random fissures are like opening up, and
you just be like walking around on your phone and you just.
No, seriously, like all those bison we talked about, what, a month ago?
I really want people to go back when we started live, because Cody is now 4 shades whiter than what he is. He's
They're
still going on about the
literally-
fucking fish.
There are literally pockets opening up, incinerating everything around it. The dude died in a hot
Spring.
spring. Yeah, I almost said hot
Okay,
tub.
well that's his
A
own
hot
fault.
tub. He brought a hot tub.
Right.
What makes you think, oh look, it's a puddle of water, I'm gonna sit in it?
Those were naturally reoccurring. A
Yeah.
lot of people did it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But fissures you can't see coming.
No,
They'll just get you.
they just burst.
That's
like,
it.
Like a nasty pimple.
What do you
Yeah.
think his blood pressure is right now?
Oh, it's easily like 280.
He's already stroking out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're walking around, you're taking pictures for your Instagram, and then all of a sudden your skin leaves your bones as it goes flying towards space.
No, see, I think if it was Cody, he'd be like, I fucking told you.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
If I lived, which I wouldn't, but if I lived,
I'd be like, somebody want to go find Cody? So, no, okay,
I'd
new
have
co-host.
words for you.
Anyway.
Of course, knowing Cody could just sit on it and it'd be okay. He's had a lot of practice in that area.
I'll plug it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the forest rangers out at Yellowstone have been waiting because mid-March is when the male grizzly bears apparently start waking up. They do talk about how April and May is when the female bears and the cubs come out of hibernation. And this is why it's important. And we do have a picture of a bear. Last year, when the bears came out of hibernation, you're going to love this.
Because nobody knows what a bear looks like.
You're going to love this.
It was an R. Kelly bear trying to lure one of the cubs in his cave.
Started singing I Can Fly.
Come here. Come here, little cub.
Fighting for his life.
I just drank a full bottle of water. Have some fun.
I can't do news stories when you guys quit. So last year, the Rangers did not put out a warning. They did hang signs that said, mid-March, male bears come out of hibernation, may be aggressive. Well, the third bear that the Rangers actually saw ended up killing 2 people and attacking 2 children because they saw this bear. And this is the grizzly bear that was attacking
This
last
is
year.
Z1.
Yes.
This isn't just a grizzly bear.
No, this is
Z1.
the grizzly bear because he ended up being shot and killed. Oh, sorry, he's up above me. This grizzly bear. Woohoo! Look, I can pick his nose. No, I can't. My hand disappears. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
There you
this
go, you're
grizzly
done.
bear is dead now. But
Oh, what the fuck?
I know,
He's
right?
the champion.
but apparently when he came out of hibernation, he was the third bear to wake up last year. People saw his adorable little face and tried to pet him.
See, they shouldn't have killed the bear for that.
Yeah.
They
that's
are in
Exactly.
his habitat.
He was just trying to hand them
Dude, when I wake
note,
up,
a paper saying he has to stay 100 feet away from schools. Playgrounds.
when I wake up from an hour nap, I'm starving. I can't imagine hibernating. I'd
Right?
be mad. I would be hungry too.
So here is your warning for Yellowstone, for the Rockies in Colorado, Alaska. This is the first bear, not this bear. There has been a bear, this bear. A bear has been spotted. It is now out of hibernation. Do not touch the bears.
No, please do, because if you're stupid enough
Yeah.
to do that, then you deserve it.
Who sees an animal like that and goes, oh, I want to
Take a
touch it?
selfie at the edge of a cliff too.
Yeah, honestly, and I'll take the flack for it if they do it and they die.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I don't care. You're stupid.
So I did, and I wanted to make sure that people understand this is what a bear looks like. Can you imagine this thing charging you?
Yes.
I mean,
That's why I stay away from it.
Right.
no, not those kind of bears.
That's why I
This
live
bear.
That's why I live in a house far away from there.
Do you think so? No, you don't.
Look, if a bear showed up at my door, then fuck me, right? But I'm saying, if
Well,
I'm
you
out
know, they
hiking
noticed
with my
in
granola
Kansas.
and trying to be all, environmental, and I step upon a bear, that's my fault.
You step upon a bear.
You gotta step up to that bear. But I mean, it's been reported that wolves are making their way back in Kansas. Mountain lions. How many more years until
They've
we get
been
bears?
here.
Yeah, they've been here. But again, they're not coming to my house.
Yeah. When was the last time you saw
I'm
one
a
down?
smart human. I stay indoors.
Well, I've seen a bear wear a cowboy hat and hit on my husband, so I'm just waiting for
Just one
big.
time, let it go.
Just because he said yes.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Just because now he's daddy.
It really bothers me when you walk in my house and call my husband daddy.
Yeah, well, I gotta do what I gotta do.
That's cool, I guess. So,
Yeah, it's me.
are you ready for our next story? You're gonna love this. Are you gonna love it?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it about Dusseldorf?
Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf. You were just waiting to say that again, weren't you?
Yes. Oh, I thought you were talking to Cody.
No, I was talking to
he,
you.
He went out with the accent.
Dusseldorf.
Oh, you're so
I just said
good.
Thanks.
Dusseldorf.
I watched a lot of Frozen.
It's the only movie you watch. He's like 3
On repeat. Just with him, I don't even remember his name. I don't watch the whole movie, just the ooh, think someone blow out.
No
Just
idea what
that
you're
guy.
Absolutely. No idea.
Just
The
that
fact
guy.
that you know about Big Summer Blowout cracks me up.
What's his name?
I don't think he has a name.
You know, he does.
Isn't he just the dude behind the counter?
Nah,
No,
he
he's
does.
gonna look it up.
He does.
Is it like the shop
It-
guy?
The shop guy.
It's like Olaf or something.
Olaf
No,
was
that's the snowman.
right?
Snowman. What? Okay, no. Explain to me. I understand why I know what Frozen is, and I know why Jay.
I
knows.
don't though.
Yes, you
Why
do.
do you, Cody? Why do you know what Frozen is?
Because
It's J.O. material for him.
Oaken. His
Cody-
name's Oaken. It started with an O. I was right.
Cody also can't be within a playground.
Like 1,000 feet of playgrounds, schools,
It was a good
candy
movie the
stores,
first time.
Walmart.
Jails. No one's safe.
There's a second one coming out.
They don't even let me in jail.
Humane Society.
I feel someone drop the soap from outside.
Just go running in.
Quick, it's an emergency.
But he's like really polite. Excuse
Right.
me, as he goes with his pants down.
Waddling.
So it was reported today, British Airlines had kind of a flub. Well, a
Reach for this so
525-mile flub. What are you doing,
The way he
Jay?
reached for his poppy, it was like,
Yeah, okay. So, British Airlines left London today. There's London. And they were supposed to be headed to,
Dusseldorf.
but their communication system got a little wonky, and they ended up going 524 miles to Edinburgh. And no one knew.
Where's the burrow in that? Please tell me.
Can I add to that? No one cared.
Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Is that it?
No.
Is it oh.
So when all the passengers got off the plane and the flight attendants, they discovered that they were in I thought it was Borough. Is it Burr?
Burr.
Yeah,
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh?
Edinburgh.
They're still German.
What?
What?
German. When was
You're
I
still
ever
doing it with like a German accent.
That was not German. That was like Norwegian, Scandinavian. Pick one.
God, you're white. So they ended up having to get
So are
back
they.
on the plane, and after they're still trying to figure out what happened. But it was the plane's telecommunication system that sent them from London to Edinburgh instead of Dusseldorf. So explain to me, what would you do if you're supposed to go to Dusseldorf?
God damn it.
I can't do the accent.
But so here's the thing: is
I just wanted to say, commit suicide.
Yeah.
I don't even need to like any more part of that. But if I'm supposed to go there, just off me.
So I know that like their whatever you said was wrong with it went wrong, but they have compasses on the planes.
Right?
That is
Yeah,
east.
it's exact opposite.
It's like
You went
524
north
miles
instead
fuck
of
up.
east.
Northwest
Yeah.
is that.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like
but
a huge fuck up. How do you explain that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Instead of southeast,
It
you
was
go
all the coke.
northwest. Yeah. Nah, you're just a complete moron.
Edinburgh.
Ah, thank you, Kara.
Thanks, Kara.
Yeah, we're complete jackasses when it comes to that.
Now tell me I'm saying it wrong and we'll have problems.
But I can't imagine. Like, what if you had an appointment or a surgery or?
What are you, Genie? Are you going to a different country for it?
Yeah, it's cheaper there. You can buy a kid, just take their kidney and go.
That's true. They're going through Brexit right now.
Yeah.
Everything's shit over there.
You just grab a kid off the street. Brexit, bitches! You're running with Oliver Twist.
I can't wait to have your kidney.
I don't. Do you guys fly a lot? Because that just scares me, especially with all like the planes falling out of the sky, and now this one can't even find its right place.
No. I don't fly because I'm poor.
I like flying, but yeah.
I have a job, and I'm an American, so I don't get much time off for vacation. So I mean, those are all those things why I don't fly. But I think the whole thing with the planes, like the Boeing 737 Max, whatever. Did you hear that was an extra safety feature? Was the problem?
Was it really?
Yeah.
That scares the shit out of me.
It's a new safety feature. When something goes wrong, you just fall out of the sky.
No. There was
Better to get down quick than prolong it.
There was a sensor that if you purchase the extra accessories, like you do with a car, then they wouldn't have tanked like that.
Really?
Yeah.
So they skipped out.
Yes. It's basically like buying a new car. You're driving down the road and you're tapping on the brakes and it's not stopping. You crash and they're like, "What? You wanted brakes? Well, you gotta pay extra for that."
Wow.
So Boeing's in a lot. They're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
That just scares
I mean,
the shit out of
probably
me.
not, because I'm sure their lobbyists pay our government a lot of money, so they're probably good.
Absolutely.
But ethically, they should be in a lot of trouble. Morally, I mean,
They should be hanged.
I'm not completely against that.
Public execution.
That's like those cars that was it Chevy was selling that would just stall.
That's just Chevy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what you get if you buy one.
Yeah.
It might have been Ford, I don't know, but there was those that they said, oh, it's just cheaper to pay the families off after a loved one has died or whatever than
Really?
it is to do a recall.
I get that.
And I mean, they're still fine. Lobbyists, I need one myself.
I kind of want
I need
one
a
now.
lobbyist like in my own like life, personal life. I can just pay people to like look the other way. Like have like a lobbyist to deal with my wife.
Oh my god.
So his cell phone had that on it. You know what? Here, let's just.
I think that's an HR person. You need your own counsel.
No, I don't need HR.
No, I
You are?
think
You know how much in trouble I'd be in?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You pee in the ashtrays again?
it's
So,
awkward. What you got for us, Big J?
I did want to talk. Oh, don't ever.
Oh god, that
is
was
just-
bad.
ugh. My dick just puked. So I did want to talk about New Zealand.
New Zealand?
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop going from funny stuff to like serious stuff. We gotta
Okay,
stop.
you know
that.
what? It's better than me trying to talk about suicide when you guys are masturbating to Rosie O'Donnell.
You know what? You really
Or your
didn't have to
waterborne
say
baby.
the end of that. You could have just stopped at,
Yeah.
it's better than me trying to talk.
No, because I want a lot of people to know that you guys are still doing that to Rosie O'Donnell.
No, a few
I
years
can't
ago
find
maybe.
Rosie O'Donnell anymore.
Yeah, last time I saw her, she thought the bitch was white.
She's like, basically, she's Trump's penis. Like, you can't find it anymore. It's been gone for like at least a decade.
They both look like toadstools.
Oh my god.
You know, they still both got clout though.
Stop saying clout. You're almost 40 years old.
I am not.
I don't even say it. I'm 23 and I don't even say
Because
it.
you're old.
That's
mentally
true.
you're old.
That is really true.
You're only 23?
Yeah, I
Yeah, but
just
okay,
turned 23 March.
On an average day, he's in bed by 8 with a warm
I
cup
know.
of tea or milk,
Absolutely.
watching Murder, She Wrote.
He's got that mask on
Absolutely.
his face.
He's a-
No, really. And honestly, when I was single, that was my life.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like,
He was
I would
not a
settle.
clubber, not a
No, I would
You're
settle
such a
down
little old
and be.
man.
I wouldn't go to sleep, but I would be comfortable in bed by like 8.
Reading you little
8:30.
romance novels.
No, I'd probably be playing a game, but I'd be in bed.
Jacking off to
The,
Rosie
the
O'Donnell.
whole point is, and the other thing is, I want to be home by 7.
Why are you like a 60-year-old man? Seriously.
Why is that so negative? By the way, I want to bring this up because this is a problem.
Yeah, because we have
Why
nothing
is
else
it-
to do but talk about your needs.
But why is it such a bad thing to want to be home? People are always like, "Oh, you need to get out, fly, so I can get shot."
No,
So I can get hit by a car.
Oh
No,
my
really,
God.
no. Here's the thing. I'm not talking like a mass shooting. I'm just maybe I'll get mugged. Get mugged. Get in a car accident. The more I go out, the more I raise my chances of getting hurt. So what's wrong with staying inside, enjoying especially because I'm paying rent, I'm paying for AC, I'm paying for electricity. Why not get my money's worth?
I agree.
It's like buying a car and never driving it.
No, I completely agree with you. There's too many people like, oh, it's the weekend, let's go out and spend money.
And why?
Why?
Why not? And that's the
Do
other
you
thing.
even know why you're going out
Right.
shopping?
Why not get alcohol and drink at home? Because if you're gonna drink, it's cheaper.
Yeah. If
I
you're
mean,
going,
really?
Yeah, I was talking about just like shopping
Oh
trips.
God,
that
yeah. And why? For
families
shit that
go
you don't
on.
need.
But yeah. Then the clubbing aspect, like, why are you going out?
This is where
spending-
Jew and old man mix. And it's such a good mixture. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Honestly,
You really are like the dad in Independence Day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guarantee you, you give me 10 years.
Oh, what was his name?
I don't know. I couldn't pull that out if I tried. You give me 10 years. I'm not
Let
gonna
me
be
look that
rich,
up.
but I'll have money. 'Cause I don't like spending on shit.
No, it's
The
true.
stuff that I buy right now is necessities.
You'll probably also have heart failure, but that's not a big problem.
Yeah, probably.
Because, not leaving the house, no exercise. It's
You
fine.
can exercise at home.
Yeah, you can, but do you?
Judd
No,
Hirsch.
not really.
Judd Hirsch, yes.
Well, I'm just saying,
I
there's
was gonna
nothing
say
wrong
Randy
with it.
Quaid, but I knew you meant Judd Hirsch.
Anyway, sorry to distract from that. I thought that was important to convey.
No, I agree with you. I think you're considered a loser if you don't leave your house, but
Yeah.
really,
Who's winning here? Who's
Yeah.
saving more money? Because at the end of the weekend, when you're like, holy shit, I have $10 left, and I'm like, I got 200. What's up?
I haven't done anything with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree.
Invest it.
I agree.
You pay
As
your
for someone
child support.
else
Absolutely
on
not.
this radio show goes out all weekend and then has no money, and goes
Yeah, I
complaining to us.
And skips the show for it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? Pay your child support. and quit
No.
being a bitch.
No, I haven't paid it for 6
He
years.
did the
Why would
right
I
thing
know?
and flushed that shit down the toilet.
There's that water again.
Oh my God! Quit talking about water babies.
Dribbled out.
He's Scott Peterson, that thing. He's lucky.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
Let's get back on track here.
as I was saying, New Zealand disgustingly had to go through a mass shooting at 2 mosques, killing over 49 people.
Yep.
And we in America have had mass shooting, at least one mass shooting I think of it had more people, more bodies, and that was in Arizona. And we kind of responded differently than they did.
How did New Zealand respond?
You mean by not dragging their feet?
Well, New Zealand decided within a week that they were going to ban
6 days.
assault rifle weapons.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't. We did ban the bump stock. That we did.
Okay, but don't we as Americans need assault rifles? Isn't that like a necessity?
If you're in Missouri.
I mean, it depends where you're at.
Where-
You're at Cody's mom's house, then yeah. I mean, so my thing on this is just, how do you guys feel about them banning assault style weapons?
I personally think it's a good thing. But I think more importantly, I think it's impressive that they did something about it. Even if it
They
hadn't
did.
been,
They really did do something.
yeah, they sure did. Even if they hadn't banned assault rifles, even if they'd done something else, they did something, which is more than we do. We send thoughts and prayers and think, oh wow, well, if we throw more guns in the mixture, Oh,
Isn't that what you do during the mass
If
shooting?
the Muslims had
Yeah.
guns, oh wait, we probably would have kicked them
Right.
out of the country.
Which-
But
Well, that's the thing. Did you see that Muslims here in America are, I don't want to say taking up arms, but they're buying guns for their own protection.
How dare
I shared
they?
a thing on it about how this has got to be a real conundrum for Republicans. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Well, they're buying guns for protection, like they preach they should. Oh, but they're Muslim.
that's what happened when the
That's
Black
rough.
Panthers started carrying weapons.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do. So, got to be a difficult situation.
That's
all I'm
why,
saying.
yeah, carrying your weapon became illegal.
Mhm.
They made it illegal because the Black Panthers are walking around their neighborhoods
Right.
with weapons, and they're
Mhm.
oh no, we can't have that.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense. Tanya, what's your thought on the before I speak on it?
I honestly, I don't understand why people need assault rifles. I mean, if you need a
To look
handgun,
cool?
right? Like, if you need a handgun for protection of your house, okay, I can understand that. If you're going hunting and you use a rifle or a bow and arrow, I support the bow and arrow. That's kind of sexy,
That's pretty cool.
right? I don't know, to go to Walmart, I need to take my assault rifle and my machine gun.
Yeah, I can see it at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it depends if you're like in between somebody with a hover round and and those like snack cakes. Because if you're in that zone, then you either need
Yeah.
a gun or
Yeah.
Stay away from Jay.
Or
and
insulin
snack
to
cakes.
throw at people.
Well, I mean, it's not like we're going hunting with an assault rifle because we need 40 deer. Do you know what I mean? You're not gonna shoot 40 deer. There's no reason to need it. I just.
you're a really good hunter.
Just line them all up.
Yeah. Make a lot of money.
Waiting
Yeah.
for that zombie deer disease
Yeah.
to like switch over and.
I'm waiting for it to go to human so I have an excuse.
God, we need a good plague. I do. I support the right to have a gun. I
You have a
don't.
good one starting over there.
I just don't. I really don't see the point in needing the assault weapons. I really don't. And on the other side, I don't understand why do people have like bombs in their house? Do you know what I mean? Because I know people who have like a series of grenades
Who do you
from
think
World War
that was?
II.
I don't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I-
and why do people making meth in their house?
And
I
you
know
know-
a lot of family makes
Here-
meth in their
here's
house.
the
I don't-
thing, right?
That's
So
not a thing your family does.
I've got a wide array of friends. I've got some friends that are just
Please
like me.
tell me they have grenades too.
No, I've got some
Fuck.
super redneck friends. I've got some really hood friends too. None of them have grenades. None of them have explosives.
Oh, that's not
None.
Yeah, that's.
I
above and
have
beyond.
friends. I have the nerdy friends. I have friends in every category you could think of.
I'm
None of
serious.
them have grenades.
I'm talking 2 weeks ago. It came across
Any
on
transgender
Facebook.
friends?
Yeah.
I do.
Give me some numbers.
Like somebody was going to go buy like it looked like a fucking bazooka, and they're like, I'm gonna add this to the collection, and I'm thinking, what
Why?
the fuck is your collection? And they posted a picture, and you saw assault weapons and guns and grenades and like claymore.
Hashtag about to lose it.
I guess my friends are a little different than yours.
Yeah, they sure are.
So I know I'm gonna.
Were they
say-
white?
Of course
No.
they are.
They
No.
weren't? Were they Mexican?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's freaking weird. Because as a Mexican, we're still trying not.
They even
to...
had a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. They're
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
oh, they're trying to assimilate.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, as a Mexican, I still try to follow the rules because I know, like, even though I was born here, I could still be kicked out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
I'm
still
pretty
on
sure
that-
you're.
yeah.
We're both on the short list because of the station. Let's be honest.
Well, and our heritage. So yeah, I'm gonna be unpopular in here
Uh-oh.
because I don't think that I don't feel like banning assault weapons is gonna do anything.
I don't.
I mean, like here in America, we have on average about 30 people killed a year
Mhm.
due to assault style weapons. These people in Congress and your politicians, they target the assault style weapons because they look scary, but none of them have ever shot.
No.
You know, and none of them actually do any research. Did you know that we kill more wild boar with assault style weapons than we do people
Yeah.
in America? And you do not want those fuckers
Did you say
running
boar or whore?
I mean, both.
Either way.
Yeah. But you do not want wild boar running around. I mean,
No,
those
those
things
things are
fucking horrible.
crazy.
Be wild. Just look out your window one day.
There's fucking boars staring at you.
Tearing up your lawn,
Yeah.
killing your stupid dog. You know, I'm kind of in favor of it now. But I mean,
Not my lawn.
there's there are reasons that might be, you know, I don't know, not strong, but there are some reasons for assault style weapons, but more on the side of getting something done, as you guys were saying. That's not gonna get anything done. Those are so rare, so random that they happen. I just don't feel like there's a reason to do it, aside from raise a base up and create more fear, more people who get guns, more people who assume that the government's going to get them, so I need to
Didn't
do
Obama
nothing.
knock on your door and take
they
your gun?
have-
Hold on. But to do nothing but then get into that right-wing shit and to slowly red pill. No, I was actually using to you. Because you were going to make a shitty joke. and,
Fuck you.
and to actually create more terrorists than they are going to stop terrorism.
But they have a much different mentality over there than we do.
Not really.
That's
not on weapons. They really don't.
What are you talking about? Yes.
Many of them love their weapons.
Absolutely, but when something like this happens, they're more willing to budge.
They are.
Americans
but
are not.
I'm
And-
saying as Americans we shouldn't. I've heard this argument that America needs to ban assault style weapons when we have mass shootings.
Well, and I'm not pro banning guns. I go more the background checks route, you know, that sort of thing. Getting the gun is what I focus more on. But I think as far as New Zealand goes, when I say they did something, even if it may not be effective, it's still kind of the thought that counts. They did something. They showed that they at least care about the community.
I suppose.
We don't even
I
do
mean,
that,
Again,
He's not wrong.
We legalize bump stocks,
which doesn't help because there's binary triggers.
but my point is either does it banning assault rifles doesn't
Right.
help.
No, I know.
mean,
effective ways,
so-
no.
either does that. I think I've talked about it many times. If you want to stop gun violence, mandatory minimum on unregistered weapons.
Yeah.
20 years mandatory minimum.
Yeah.
That will stop gun violence completely. Because
Well, probably not completely, but
far more than we've
far
ever
more.
seen.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, you're still gonna have your psychos who go out and do the stuff,
Mhm.
but you're gonna. I mean, let's be honest. A majority, like we've talked about in the last hour of the show, you have mass shootings every day. Most of those are not committed at a school or. Well, maybe, I don't know. You had
Yeah.
an article that showed that there was quite a few, but they're
Last
not-
year was rough, man.
they're not the big, you know, big epic movie thing that the gun guys think they are.
Right.
They're quick,
Toy soldiers.
you know. Yeah, that kind of deal. Those wouldn't happen
No.
if there was a mandatory minimum on unregulated weapons.
Unless they had them.
I mean, I agree with Cody. They did something. I mean,
Or
this-
unregistered, sorry, not unregulated.
you know, they didn't.
Right.
The Prime Minister of New Zealand didn't go on the news and go, find people on both sides.
I agree. At least they did something. I just think that they didn't think long enough about the proper thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What would the proper thing be?
I would say the mandatory minimum on unregistered weapons, deeper background checks.
Did the guy who
And-
did the shooting, were they registered?
I have no idea.
See, that matters because
That matters for
I
that one, but does it matter for the next one? The one after that? And,
Well,
and,
if
I, and,
they're
I will,
unregistered,
and I will say this too. The other thing too is to actually act when we have the red flags. There's so many laws in the way of stopping police from acting when they see red flags. Those need to be taken down. Those regulations of, oh well, you know, it's like when you have a missing kid.
yeah.
And you call and you're like, oh, how long has it been missing? 22 hours. I gotta wait 2 more hours.
Yeah,
We
right.
can't look for a missing person unless it's been 24 hours. Same deal.
Yeah.
Okay, but what bans are you talking about with when police see suspicious activity? I mean, how many times have you been pulled over just because you're Mexican?
Yeah, but if they see something on Facebook or something like that, or they see your pictures, well, they need a warrant. They need, you know, what is it, like 2? They have to have at least 2 visits before they take
But
away
yet,
your weapons.
if they smell weed,
Right. No,
they can just
look,
search
I'm
your car or your house.
100% with you. Yes, 100% with you. That's the kind of stuff that we need. regulations that need to
Mhm.
go away. That
My-
will definitely make a difference. Now, granted, I also think it has to go in line with what you're saying. Like, if you just take a bunch of pictures of your guns, you're not a bad person.
No.
You know, but if you take a bunch of pictures of your guns and then you say die Jews, yeah, maybe that guy needs to get his guns taken away.
My thing is that if the unregistered deal will help, because I want to know how many of these school shootings were registered guns. Because if they are, it doesn't help that situation at all. Even if the guy goes out and buys them and goes to the school, that doesn't help. Because he's not, I mean, he's going to have it for, let's say 10 hours.
Look, I'm saying
Tops.
that's the main one, but you also do deeper background checks.
Didn't the
longer
Parkland
waiting
shooter,
period.
wasn't his gun registered by his dad?
Yes, and that's another thing. If another gun law that I have in place, if somebody commits a crime with a gun that you own, and there was proof that you didn't report it stolen, then you have to face the crime that they did. If they're not alive to face it, if they are still alive, you still have to pay quite a large penalty in the way of punishment as well.
Sure.
I mean, there's a lot of common sense, smart things that we could be and should be doing. I just don't think banning is going to do anything. Because there again, the one argument that is really hard to debate and to fight with is, well, if we just ban weapons, they're just going to find a way to get them anyway.
Yeah.
And that's true. They will.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to go with, oh, then we won't have them. No, who cares? Look, we won't have them anyway. Look,
Right.
16% of America and, 12% of New Zealand owns guns.
Yeah.
Like, the chance of that 16% being around.
Actually, it was announced by Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister. They are going through and they are going to be revamping some of their gun laws
Oh, good. See, yeah,
to have more of them registered.
I think that's going to have a much bigger impact.
Well, and like you said about how many people own guns, there is actually a quote here that they went through about gun owners and how many guns are actually in New Zealand. And they are saying that in New Zealand, it is estimated 1.2 million guns are registered to civilians. And that's about one gun for every 4 people.
So 25%. So they have more than we do.
They do. That's
Which
crazy.
would argue the fact that they
No,
are.
but these guns are registered.
Right, so then you gotta
So
what,
I mean, there is a
another
chance that there's more in
10%?
the U.S. because we don't register shit.
Well, when you buy one,
I mean, is it really that important?
I don't know. And in the U.S. we can't study most weapons either, and like the causes of what happened.
That's
Like, there
true.
was a report that said that there are more gun shootings in defensive situations than there are offensive situations, right?
Yeah.
No one reported on the fact that those included police officers. So of course they're gonna be defensive. They're cops. They have
Right,
guns.
sure.
Like, yeah. There's weird things that they report on. Yeah. The NRA does cover it for a lot. I'm not a fan of the NRA. I'm just saying we were gonna do more. You do? Okay, yeah, thank you.
What are you guys doing?
Just admiring the skillful.
Fluid conversation.
Yeah.
You guys are weird.
Anyway, you got anything else? Or
The only other thing we had left, was kind of important, but we're getting low on time, dude.
what was it? Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mueller.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's well, look, for us this is kind of a victory lap, right?
It kind of is.
This show for a while, and I remember each show, the episode, I came down and talked about this live in front of you guys, and both of you thought like I'd been red pilled.
We did.
What's that?
That's where
You're a fembot.
you're a progressive that goes conservative.
Why?
Because I
I'm
was
so offended.
I came out saying like I don't believe this Russian game yet.
Oh.
And the more and more I talked to you guys, I feel like I think
The
you
more-
guys were on board.
Yeah, the more we talked about it, the more I agree. And that's the thing with this whole investigation is the
Oh,
big,
we have a question, Jay.
Require me to read.
Yes, God. Learn to read.
We'll get to that in a second. But the big highlight out of this whole thing is that Trump didn't collude with Russia. And, the pictures that I've been seeing have only been talking about how, well, Democrats are so upset because, but I don't think many of us are. I think a lot of us with at least a decent head on our shoulders,
It's right there.
is not upset because we knew that it wasn't a thing. Like at a certain point, you kind of understand that he didn't collude with Russia, but that's not why I have so much stake in this investigation. It's not for Russia.
No.
Russia was at the very back of my mind.
That's and that's the thing that bothered me about the Russiagate thing in general was the fact that, look, we know, and again, we had long conversations about this off air and on air, and part of it was, look, we know there was no collusion, especially during the election. Now, before and after, there was communication. We don't know what was said. Still, I'm not gonna. We know that Russia offered dirt on Hillary. We don't know exactly any specifics of that, but I'm not going to assume it either. The one thing that I did know is that it's really hard to prove collusion, for one. Two, I think it's bullshit because Trump has done nothing but push against Russia. I mean, look, if there was a, you do this for me, I do this for you kind of relationship, then why would Trump be fighting them about Venezuela? I mean, Russia doesn't want us in Venezuela.
But doesn't he fight with everyone?
Look, just wait. He's trying to get Germany to stop buying oil from Russia and buy it from us. If this was all, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Why is he pushing against Russia? The peace treaty that he let fall. Russia wanted to uphold that. Trump let it go. There's so many situations where Trump has pushed back against Russia more than Obama ever did.
What about the hookers, Pete?
Right.
Yeah, hookers.
This tape that we've all fucking seen. It's fun. It's fun to make fun of, but I don't believe that happened
No,
either.
I don't.
I mean, the thing is what I really knew would happen is what's happening today, and it's incredibly disturbing because it's coming out that there was no proof of collusion. Now people are saying, that means that he's not guilty of money laundering, bank fraud. He's not, the payments that he made to Stormy Daniels.
Right.
The sexual harassment.
And that's my whole thing.
You actually posted something I thought was brilliant about that whole thing. And I know you're saying, no, I guarantee you, the average person is now going to say,
right.
yeah, I don't think Trump's is guilty. They all set him up. Look, that
right.
proved it. Do you know that in 2004 or 2003, people thought that Iraq had something to do with 9/11?
Yeah.
Because they lumped shit together, and they will lump this shit together.
Right.
The most important thing and the most coverage should have been on the Southern District of New York in that court hearing. That's still going on. That one's the one that shows the illegal shit he's done.
And that's why when they hear that there was no collusion with Russia, it's a victory, but it's not. Because that's really not what this was about. It was a sub-factor.
It's a victory.
Yeah.
It's a victory for them, though. You know how hard.
Totally.
You know how hard it's going to be for a Democrat to win.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be impossible.
Yeah.
Because there again, even though Bernie and Tulsi Gabbard specifically has been saying, I don't buy the Russia collusion. No one's going to look at that. They're going to say, she was part of the Dems. She was part of the CNN group that were pushing this. You have Rachel Maddow saying Russia 84 fucking times in an episode.
Yeah. But that also
but,
isn't
and
the investigation was based on.
No.
There's other factors to it, and if that comes out, it doesn't hurt the Democrats as much as I think it will.
I don't know. I think that you have some people who are just going to believe what they believe, but I think either way, you have a huge group of people who distrust
But
media.
if he gets convicted of something, you can't just believe what you want to believe.
He's not going to be convicted of anything until he's out of presidency.
Right.
Again, it would be a really funny sitcom if this was like a TV show where there was a president who did a bunch of illegal shit and now he's trying to stay president so he doesn't get arrested. That would be fucking funny.
Yeah.
So we're not, all the people are not going to know about this until after, and not all of them, but a good portion of people are not going to know about the real illegal shit.
Right.
Clinton and mass media destroyed our chances at having a good fight against Trump. Right. His base is going to be more encouraged. The independents, 54% of voters are registered independents. So they don't have a stake in either side of the game, but they do see now that everything they're learning on MSN, CNN is fake, and was all pushing this fake narrative. And a lot of those people are also independent thinking, so they don't buy this Venezuela bullshit either. So, if they don't vote for Bernie, they're going to vote for Trump. And we have the DNC who's attacking Bernie Sanders.
Right.
Most likely we're going to get a centralist cuck piece of shit, running on the Democratic Party, like a Beto O'Rourke, like Kamala Harris, someone like that. They're going to have no chance against Trump, and we're going to lose again. And all this started again from fucking Hillary Clinton. Can she not just go? Honestly, I have been a huge fan of locking her up. Like, I want her locked up more than Trump wants her locked up. So she'd stop pissing all over the Democratic Party.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for us, it's a victory lap.
Yeah.
Because how did a bunch of jackasses out of a basement at one point call the news better than CNN,
Right.
MSNBC, most media around the world? How did we do this better than they did?
It's badass.
I mean, we're the truth tellers.
Yeah.
It's because we usually pick stories drunk and we're like, this one today.
And we're the progressives, by the way. We're more far left than them.
Yeah.
We should be the ones who are touting fake narratives.
Right.
No. We call it 50-50. We call it what's important. We do say we have a narrative and a bias, but we report the news that we
Yeah,
actually cite.
you're not wrong.
That's why I think it's a victory lap for us, but only for a show.
Yeah. Which what does that get us?
Just so we can say we were right and you were
maybe
wrong.
we'll get more people that listen to us because they'll be like, hey, well, at least those guys are reporting the truth.
Yes.
And to answer that question, I want to go back.
Do you wanna say what the question was for people?
I don't remember.
Do you want to ask the producer because he's still kind of pissed
It
at
was
me
a-
for the phone thing?
It was a really simple answer I had.
Why is the producer
So-
looking ahead at me?
Jessica says, why did they make a conceal and carry law, then turn around and say you can conceal and carry without a license? She's referring to New Zealand, I assume.
I would think that's probably what she's talking about.
I figured she was.
Okay.
Here's the thing, I don't know. I really.
Sorry, Jess.
I could speak to the fact that in America it was getting. Initially they stopped African Americans from having guns by making the laws so strict, and now they know that there's an issue with money and legality. So now they kind of know that they're going to stop a good chunk of African Americans from having guns just because of where they live, what their financial situation is, and the process in which to have to buy a gun is a little bit more difficult. That if you're talking about New Zealand, I have no idea. Like I'm not.
Yeah. Because when the question came in, we were in between America and New Zealand,
Right,
so I'm
right.
honestly not sure.
And a lot of that's my fault because I started talking about American guns.
Right.
You have just disappeared. I love that.
Just like we should do.
Anyway,
We are.
yeah, I think that's
We're gonna
it for
cut
us.
it. You guys, thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Once again, this weekend at the Looney Bin, we'll be pushing is Tom Clark. It's gonna be a great, funny show. If you have never been to the Looney Bin, why the hell not? They have fantastic drinks. It really is a good time. Thursday night is ladies' night. It is the best time to go because girls, you're free. Get a lobotomy. Jay enjoys their shrimp scampi. He's kind of a fine fellow that way.
It's pretty good.
You know, Cody will drink anything with mint in it.
No, cucumber.
Yeah.
Cucumber,
Mint is
you're
disgusting. Oh,
God, you're such
Reminds
a
me
woman.
of peppermint schnapps.
I almost
My
died on
stomach
peppermint
hurts.
schnapps
I
one
think
time.
everyone has.
Right? So yeah, also if you're looking for a good time, if you want if you're looking for a good
And
time,
avoid it.
if you want to surprise your loved one, go to, and on Wednesday's show we'll have it brought up, adamandeve.com. And you can pick out a few things, and if you type in the code REV, you can get a sexy gift for him, a fun gift for you, a couple of videos that could have Cody in them.
Nice.
I could have.
I volunteer for that.
Yeah.
A gift for the both of you too.
Yeah, you get a gift for the both of you. And they're running a special. You can get free shipping, and your order drops to 50% off. But you need to have that code REV. Also, you can catch us. This show will play again on 24/7. We love 24/7. They are great people. We are hopefully moving to another 2 new syndications. We'll see. I don't know.
If you want to check out the first hour of the show, which usually we have a little bit more fun in the first hour, we're getting used to being live.
Yeah.
Check that out on YouTube. Just look up Revolution Radio channel. You'll see our white fist with a microphone.
It's a black fist.
It's a black fist. It is.
You'll see the logo, and in there we release this as quickly as we can, and it's the entire 2-hour show.
It is, and you will see you'll hear the first hour, and you'll hear more stories that you didn't hear tonight live. You can check us out on Facebook. Obviously, we're getting questions. For the love of God, if we say something that's wrong, or you find an article that proves that we are not telling the truth, send it to us.
Call us out.
We want to know. Ask questions live. We don't care. We're unscripted, and we can do what we want, and we want to make sure that we're bringing you guys the truth as much as possible. If you decide you don't want to post it on our Facebook page, I am Tanya Marie Buentello on Facebook. You can send it to me privately. I will say your name and still talk about it because that's who I am as a person.
You can find me on Facebook as well, J Dillon, JAYDYLAN, and on Twitter, JC Show VIP.
I'm glad you went. I was trying to kill off those jelly
beans.
Cody Bogus on Facebook, BOGES, since nobody knows how to spell my name. Twitter is Magnus Apex. You have better luck getting a hold of me on Facebook. I'm not on Twitter. Same here. Send any comments, questions, concerns, anything of the sort. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, anytime. Message us on Facebook. We really have no lives. This is all we do. If you really get pissed, you can send a message entitled
Cody was looking at my vape, which is in my hand, which is right by my crotch.
Cody's just gonna stick his face down there.
What are you looking at?
I'm just catching a glance. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah, if you're really ticked off about something we said, send us an email at revolution.radio316 and title it Producer. He gets right back to you. He's kind of a dick.
He's a great guy.
Thank you guys for checking us out. Continue to provide news and comedy and whatever. But also, if you guys have any stories you want us to talk about,
send them to us.
Send them to us. We're actually doing a thing where if we pick one of the stories that you choose, we'll send you a $10 gift card.
Fuck yeah, $10.
So just let us know. Just send all that stuff to our Facebook page.
Tune in Wednesday at about 6 o'clock.
Wednesday.
Oh my God, seriously. Tune in Wednesday. We are going to play a game. We'll be bringing you more articles. And I'm hoping we can have Mountain Matt because we're going to play a game.
Yeah. I hope so. Who can climb him the fastest?
Woohoo! The chick from the news. Thank you guys. We appreciate you listening.
Woo!
Thank you, YouTube. We love you too.
God, those jelly beans were so good.
You almost